Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Burns, and welcome to Detox class number 17. Can you believe it, guys? We are rocking and rolling with these classes. My apologies for being a little bit late today. My goodness, I got back from shopping with enough time and time to spare. And then I came onto my laptop and I had to reboot and restart the whole startup disk all over again. Um, yesterday last night I wiped it clean and put a new operating system on, and today it wasn't working. So my apologies for being late. All good, all good, all good. Welcome. If you're tuning in live on this class, well done. Congratulations. You are amazing. Pop in and say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Andrea, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for you in the UK. How are you doing, beautiful? You and your man are going to be starting this juicy journey together. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to flip this. There we go. Yesterday, Dali said, "Oh, your scene is flipped backwards," and I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even realize that." So if you're tuning in, drop in and say hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Nancy. Nancy says, "Hello, I'm here. We just started our day with a juice." Oh, you're the one. You're okay. But Andrea was also starting yesterday. So I'm so excited that we've got new class members who are embarking on this beautiful journey to their health and vitality with us. Today is an amazing day. Nancy says, "Hello, I'm here. We just started our day with a juice, carrot, apple, and orange. That sounds delicious. Hello, hello, Sehar. How are you, my beautiful friend? And Detox Your Being. Good morning. It is a beautiful day. Detox Your Being. I am just falling so in love with you every single day, every single video that you upload to YouTube. And you're just 20. You're such a youngin'. Oh my God. Isn't it great to see the kids getting into this as well? You're 20, you could be my son. I have an 18-year-old daughter, an 18-year-old spiritual daughter, another 18-year-old. I have two spiritual daughters who are both 18. I have my own daughter who is 18 and another daughter of mine who is 24. So you're doing such a beautiful job. It makes me so happy. I'm so happy for you. So welcome, and you guys go follow and go watch Detox Your Being, because the spiritual transformation is well underway, and it's beautiful to see you grow every day, my friend. You're so amazing, and thank you for the shout out on your video yesterday. Oh my gosh, I encourage you to keep making your videos. You're amazing. You are impacting a lot of people already. Hey, good morning, Duda. Good morning. Good morning. She says, "Good morning, Burns. Hello, everyone." Andrea is here. And yes, Andrea started today as well. Yeah. Nancy says, "Not officially starting the detox today, but felt so full all night and just don't feel like eating solid food today." Listen to your body. That is your body's beautiful uh, intuition and knowing that this is the right thing that you need for yourself right now. We need to give the digestive system a break because we've been overtaxing it. It's not functioning properly anyhow. And we need to do whatever we can so that we can get up and running with a new true inner cellular dynamic well-being. So listen to that body of yours. Hi, Amy. Amy says, "Hi, all." So if you're dropping in live, if you're just tuning in live, we've already got 19 class members here. And Nancy Shifting Consciousness says, "Hey, at your Detox Your Being." Chuck is here. Hello, Chuck. Welcome to class. Chuck says, "Hello, everyone." Amy says, "It's so warm here in Southern Ontario, Canada. Beautiful and sunny, pretty warm." I know, it's beautiful out. I was just out and I was like, did you guys catch my stories? If you guys are not checking out the stories yet, you should go check out the stories. Carlene says, "Good morning again." Good morning again, Carlene. Carlene was on, and Amy and quite a few of you were on my Facebook this morning when I was doing the rebounding class. Not really a class. I was rebounding and chatting with you guys while I did so. And so good morning again. And today I just want to let you guys know, right after I shared this out to the different groups, which I'm going to reach for my iPad over here. Hang on. Come here, iPad. Come here. Sorry. I'm going to share this out to the different groups. And then what I'm going to do, because I know that we can get, or I can get, really into um, all of the class questions. And I love doing that. But I do want to do the lesson part of what I have ready for you at 15 minutes. So we're going to spend the first 15 minutes of class time connecting and saying good morning, and me sharing this out to the different groups. And yeah, Amy, isn't he a sweetheart? Oh my goodness, he's so amazing. Amy says, love you, Detox your being. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this out with the different groups that some of us are in on Facebook, so that more people can find this beautiful class that we are doing. And I'm going to encourage everybody, if you don't mind, watching this on the YouTube, so that we can get more of these beautiful souls that need to see this and find this up on the YouTube. So I'm sharing this out to the Real Juicy Detox, which is our after school group where we gather and we share love and inspiration. And I do some extra bonus stuff in there, like the rebounding class. So make sure you follow that. You join our group there. Open and welcome everybody to join there. It's a beautiful community. Juicing and raw food support group for your healing journey. Juicing for health, solid food vacation, and juicing mama. And I know some of the groups don't always share out the videos, but if you are doing that, I really appreciate it, because this is what it's going to take to get some of this work out into the world in a really big way, because that's what we need to do. The more we share, listen, sharing is really caring. Sharing is caring. The more we share the work that we are doing, the more other people's lives can be impacted. So I hope that these groups continue to allow me. I hope it's not too much. I am a little bit extra sometimes, but as far as what I can see, there is no other online class that people like you and me can take part in, to be interactive, dynamic, live, and in person out there. So I love the fact that I can do this for you guys and with you guys, because this is helping me as well. Linda says, hi, a sweetie pie, and all you lovely, beautiful souls. Hello, 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 Linda. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Ronnie is here. Hello, Ronnie. Beautiful girl. And Detox Your Being says, hey, shifting consciousness. Happy day. Happy day. Happy day indeed. Love you more, my friend, at Amy. Oh, that's so sweet. From Detox Your Being. Bought the rebounder. Yes. Yes. Michael is going to be rebounding with us. And if you guys have not seen that, do come to the little Facebook after school group, after school class, and you'll find it there. I tried to stream live my rebounding video to YouTube yesterday. Didn't work. Good morning, Rhonda. Rhonda says, good morning, Burns. Day 17. Woohoo! Ready to rock it. Can you believe it? Day 17. Linda says, I'm so grateful to you all and this space of love and total acceptance. I know this is an incredibly beautiful community that is growing here, and I am so blessed. I'm so blessed to be here with you guys. Good morning, Gwen. Gwen says, good morning, everyone. Day 17. Yay. Love to you, Burns. Oh, you're so welcome. Much love back. Day 17, says Alana. Ordered more juice this morning. Whoop, whoop. A miracle just happened. What was the miracle that just happened? And a big a whole lot of love and prayers and everything to our American brothers and sisters to the south of us. We're in Canada, and they just had their elections, their presidential elections. So no matter which side of the fence you sit, or stand, know that we are with you, and we pray for peace to reign supreme in your country, because we're all one. Countries are It's an illusion, right? We are all one. Lizzie Lou says hi there. Hi, Lizzie Lou. So glad that you are here. Duda says, I'm sorry to miss this amazing class again. Have to leave for last day of work until we get locked down again. Have a good day, all. Okay, Duda, stay good, stay happy. Remember who you are as you're out there in the world. You are a goddess, and you walk out there with a bubble of white light surrounding you. That's how we all should walk in this world. And we'll see you tomorrow. If you're on lockdown, oh well, I guess you have more time to watch and be a part of the class. There's everything helps everything, right? Hi, Cara Joe. Cara Joe says, no kidneys filtering yet. My herbs come Friday. Hopefully they will kickstart it for me. They will. Cara Joe, are you seeing any small flecks at all in your urine? Any small flecks, any strands? I did not notice any urine filtration for me until about day 30. Day 30. So that says a lot. It takes a while. Roxanne, hey Roxanne, how you doing, girl? She says, hi, thanks for all that you are sharing. You're so very welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. It is my pleasure. Let me just check to make sure that everything is looking okay here. And it does. And uh, I want to show you the bell that I just got. I was like, should I show them now? I got a bell. I got a bell. You're welcome for everything that we are sharing. So what I would like to do now, we've gone through all of the initial opening classroom hellos and greetings. And I encourage you guys to say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Say hello so that we know that you're here live with us. I want you to know that I answer all questions, all the questions. All of your questions that you ask in the comments during this class, I want you to know that I answer all of them. Okay. So if you have, let me just check a few settings here. If you have any questions for me at all, I strongly encourage you guys to ask them, because I will get to them. But what we're going to do now, I'm just going to it is very mild here in Southern Ontario, where I am in Cambridge, but and I don't have the heater on in Glenda, but I do have my warm blankie. So I'm just going to go like this so that I'm a little bit, toasty, little bit toasty, little bit warm, because what I would like to do now is I would like to get into the class that I wanted to share yesterday with you, but we just had so many powerful downloads for so many people, and so many great questions that actually was the teaching part of the class. So what I want to do now, just going to go through a few more of these. Alana says, LOL, I almost messaged you this morning to get a bell. Yes, indeed. You could have, you should have. Sorry. Sonia, hello, Sonia, here from Chicago. Thank you so much for saying hello and for greeting us here and for gracing us with your presence. That is so amazing. I'm so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome. Razmeen's message from Spirit. Hello, hello, hello. Is that your is let me see what Emoji King says. Patty Lager just posted on her YouTube channel. The synchronicities are almost overwhelming. Dr. Lager is Dr. Morris's top shelf advisor. That is amazing. That is amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, Patty is incredible. She is Dr. Morris's A&P, Anatomy and Physiology teacher. So she teaches anatomy and physiology to medical students, and she is one of Dr. Morse's top shelf advisors, one of the most respected by Dr. Morse for the knowledge and the work that she is doing. So very cool, very cool. This is huge. And Sonia says, I have been carb loading lately. Well, if you're eating the right type of, we are carbon machines, so that's not all bad, but it's about what type of carbs we're eating. And in a minute, we're going to start the class at the 15-minute mark, which is like now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to my time frame that I really wanted to do, and I'm going to go into our notes on sugar. So welcome to the teaching portion of this class. I call on all of my angels to help me convey all of this information in the best way for all of you so that we can all grow and understand. I hope that this is going to be engaging. I call on all the good energetic energy. And what I encourage all of you to do who are watching, we have 36 people in class on the live right now. Well done. Congratulations to all of you who are taking this time out to learn and to understand everything that we need to understand about sugar and carbohydrates. Continue to drop your questions, your comments, your aha moments as we go through this portion of the teaching. And when I come back after, not when I come back, I'm not going anywhere. When I flip back over to the comments, I'm going to read each and every one, and all of you guys are going to be highlighted here. So let's start. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. All right. All right. Okay, so here's what we need to know about sugar. Each cell in our body is like a self-sustaining city that basically requires two outside factors to keep it going. Remember not yesterday, the day before yesterday, when we were talking about the great lymphatic system, and you guys can go to the YouTube channel, The Real Juicy Detox, and you can find that class. It's labeled as the Great Lymph Cancer and the Great Lymphatic System. Remember, we talked about how our bodies are very much like a subdivision and like a small city. First, this city needs an energy source. So we need to have power. Like, I couldn't be doing this broadcast right now without electricity running and doing all the things everywhere here. And the same way, our body needs an energy source. Just like our car needs fuel, our cells need fuel as well. Secondly, they must be able to eliminate, I'm sorry, typo in my notes, I'll fix that later. Secondly, they must be able, these cells, so first of all, the cells need energy, and the second thing that they need is a way to eliminate the byproducts of burning fuel. These byproducts must be carried away from the cells, much like the plumbing and septic systems work in your house. Now, carbohydrates, let's talk about the fuel. Carbohydrates refer to a group of chemical substances made up of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, or basically carbon and water, because water is H2O, right? Two molecules of hydrogen, one of oxygen. Let's just go back here for a second, because I want to really go slow, because even for me, all these notes, by the way, are from Dr. Morse's Miracle Source book, right? This didn't come out of my head. This is from Dr. Morse himself. I want to acknowledge that. And I want to take our time through this. I don't want to rush through it. Like, sometimes I think, oh, I just need to rush through the notes. But then again, it's like, no, nobody needs to rush through anything. We all need to slow down, especially me sometimes. So carbs, carbohydrates, refer to a group of chemical substances. That's all that we're everything that we take into our body. We got to remember that we're ingesting chemistry. All right. So carbs refer to a group of chemical substances made up of carbon and oxygen and hydrogen. These include starches, glycogen, dextrins, and celluloses. Since organic carbon compounds supply the main energy source for the cells, these carbohydrates are used by your body for its primary energy source. So let's think about that. Organic carbon compounds. This is organic, and it's got all the carbon compounds that are the main source of energy for the cells in your body. And we're going to see that there are different types of carbohydrates and there are different types of sugars. But just suffice it to say that every energy, remember, we're going to talk about this later on here. Every single cell in the body has one function. A bunch of cells come together to form tissues. A bunch of tissue comes together to form glands, to form organs, and to form a whole structure that we call the human body. But on a cellular level, we all need organic carbon compounds for the main energy for the cells. So when you hear people freaking out and saying, "Oh my God, that's too many," or when you hear yourself saying it to yourself, "Oh my God, I can't eat bananas because that'll make me fat. It's too much sugar. It's too," we have to stop and unlearn a lot of the stuff that we were brought up to believe is true, right? Because there's a bigger reason behind why it's been ingrained in us, right? Since we were little kids in school, that milk is good for you, right? And that fruits are not. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why it's been ingrained in us to believe that we need to have protein as our energy source. Oh, you need to eat a sandwich. There's a reason why. There's a dark reason why. So we need to unlearn a lot of that stuff that is just so false. This is one of the biggest myths that we are busting today, right? When we understand that organic carbon compounds is what supplies the main energy source for our cells. Just let that rest in you for a little bit. Important to know. All green plants use the sun's energy through photosynthesis to combine carbon dioxide and water to form carbohydrates. So this is like sun food. Oh my God, it's so good. Keep those comments coming, everybody. Keep commenting. I love that. Let me flip back real quick to see over here what's going on. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, everybody. So cellulose, the chief constituent of the cell walls of plants, is a type of carbohydrate. When consumed by humans, cellulose acts as an intestinal broom and energizer to the cells of the intestinal wall. So the fiber, it's basically the fiber, the cellulose, is good for us. Now, a lot of people usually ask me, but why don't you have fiber? Why are you straining the juice? Why aren't you eating the fruit whole? You need the fiber. It's not good to just have all that sugar in you. We're going to get to that. But suffice it to say that there is nothing at all wrong with fiber. It's actually good. It's an intestinal broom. It energizes the cells of the intestinal wall. But when we are on a juicy detox program, like many of us are, and we want to amplify our detox, we want to get to the top of that pyramid, right? I've shared that before, the pyramid that shows the different levels of acceleration of detoxification, right? At the very top is dry fasting. Then right underneath that, it's water fasting. But those two things, we can't do as a lifestyle. You can't just only live on water, most of us, right? So the reason why we do not have any of the cellulose part in our program right now with the juicing that we do is because we want to give the digestive system a rest. We want to try to get rid of a lot of the gunk that is already stuck in there. And one of the best ways to get rid of that mucoid plaque in the small intestines is to have something really astringent like just the fruit juice without the body needing to process and use digestive energy to go towards working on the cellulose. So the cellulose is important. The fiber is very, very good for us. But when we do a juice detox, and yeah, I'm just drinking pineapple juice right now. We're going to talk about why I'm switching up in still doing the grape juice, but also some other juices right now, because I'm starting to feel the need to have other juice inside of me. But so this cellulose is such an important part of our overall health and vitality and well-being. Now, sugar is a carbohydrate belonging to the saccharide family, right? So when we think of sugar, we think of saccharides. And simple sugars are also called monosaccharides, are the main fuels for your body. Simple sugar. Simple sugar. Mono means one. Simple sugars, monosaccharides, are the main fuels for your body. Sugars are as essential to your body as gasoline is to an automobile. When we got to really think about that, right? You would not go and put diesel fuel in your gas powered vehicle, your petroleum gas. Why not? Because that's not the fuel that it was designed to use. The car was designed, if it's a diesel car, was designed to run on diesel fuel. If it's an electric car, it's designed to run on electricity. If it is a petroleum gas car, it's designed to run on petroleum gas. You would never roll up to the Tesla uh, uh, electric charging stations for the Tesla electric cars. You would never drive up to that if you're driving a petroleum gas car and try to stick that in your gas tank and expect it to go. The thing with the human body though is we can put a lot of crap into it. Like we'll eventually get to talking a little bit here about protein and how people misuse protein as fuel, all the keto diets and all that nonsense. Our bodies can withstand that, but what ends up happening is that our bodies start breaking down our muscle and our organs and our tissues if we're trying to get protein to be our fuel source. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. So this is really important to understand. It's really important to take this in. Simple sugar, as found in fruit, is literally what your cells need to combine with oxygen to produce energy. That's the fuel side of things. Protein is needed. Proteins are used for the building, the structure, right? The form, and it is not meant for fuel by any means. Simple sugars help your machine open brackets of your this I do need to fix. One hot minute. I audio I did this on an audio dictation, and that didn't work. Okay, here we go. Simple sugars help your machine, your body, via the cells. However, there are several important distinctions to understand about sugars. All right, so the simple sugar is what your machine, your body, runs on. And let's talk about what those distinctions are. So glucose are simple sugars, and its initial compounds, such as starch and cellulose, make up the most abundant organic chemical compounds on Earth. The most abundant. So you got to look at this and you got to understand that the Creator put everything that we need in abundance for us so that we can nourish and heal ourselves, everything that we need. Huge abundance. Since your body can only use substances in their simplest forms, all complex sugars, dye, and polysaccharides must first be broken down into simple sugars or monosaccharides. So check this out. We have a lot of complex carbohydrates that are in our diet, right? All the rice, all the wheat, all the oatmeal, all the grains, all the beans. These are all complex carbohydrates, complex. So they have saccharides and polysaccharides. Some of them having chains of 20 chains long, right? Those need to be broken down so that they're bioavailable and so that our body can actually use them. It's of zero use, as opposed to simple sugar already in its usable format. This doesn't need to go through any complex processes to break it down to its bioavailable form for our cells, for it to get into our cells, right? So a lot of times we're just pounding back all of these carbs, and I was so guilty of this. I freaking love carbs. If any of you are carbaholics, drop a comment in the or previous past carbaholics. And by carbaholics, I don't mean the carbaholics from the carbs in your simple juice. I'm talking about the breads, the pastries, the sweets, the cookies, the candies, the pastas, the breads, all of that, right? Let me know in the comments. Drop it in the comment right now, whether you're watching this on YouTube live, or you're watching this on Facebook live, or you're watching this down the road in the future, wherever this is shown. Let me know. Are you like me? Are you a carbaholic as well? Well, every time you eat that stuff, it's not like sipping this juice and all of this nutrition just getting diffused into every cell, this live, alive, aware, conscious life force entity almost. It's not like that. This is all getting diffused right into you, right? It's got to go through a whole series of complex chemistry so it can break it down so that it is in its most bioavailable format. It can't use it like it can when you just drink it straight up like this. Our body wants simple chemistry. Your body wants simple chemistry. It doesn't want to have to go through all the gymnastics to break down these di and polysaccharides into a simple monosaccharide. It wants to keep it simple. This is one aspect of the process of digestion, right? So that's why we digest our food, because we're eating all kinds of complex stuff. After digestion breaks down the complex sugars to glucose, this glucose is then absorbed into the blood from the intestinal tract. And remember, a little minute ago, we were also talking about the intestinal wall and how the fiber in cellulose and in plant matter is a really good energetic broom to sweep out and to clear out the intestines, right? If your intestines, however, are coated with a mucoid plaque from all the dairy, all the meat, all the gluten, it's right in the name, you guys, it's right in the name. All the gluten, all that gluten combines all of that stuff inside of your small intestine and forms a glue. All the dairy, it forms a mucus lining that's glued down to your intestinal wall. And that is called mucoid plaque. And a lot of people on this journey have had this mucoid plaque released from their small intestines. Only when your intestines are really clean of all of that gunk, all of those decades worth of garbage that has been stuck in your abdominal wall because you've been eating all the dairy and because you've been eating all the meat that just stays in there and decays. Even not just the meat continues to decay as it gets stuck in the diverticuli, or the pockets of the intestinal wall. Not only does that happen, but the meat decays the intestinal wall where that meat is lodged. All of these things prevent the glucose from being to be absorbed into your body, because it's all coated up for you. That's your body trying to save you from all the acid that we ingest. And when we have that mucoid plaque, we cannot absorb the glucose into our bloodstream properly, right? We have sugar malabsorption issues, diabetes, right? Because we have all this internal plaque inside of us. So When all of these complex sugars get broken down into glucose that is now able to be absorbed into the body, because got to go through a lot of complex processes to get that complex sugar down to a monosaccharide. For a lot of us, it can't even get absorbed through the intestinal wall because so many of us are compromised. I was so constipated as a little girl. Oh my God, so constipated. So at one point malnourished, underweight, and then for the rest of my adult life, overweight. Crazy. All right, so if it does get through, right? When it does get through, the glucose is then transported to the cells where it is reduced to carbon and is oxidized for energy and heat. So the glucose is transported to the cells after it's absorbed through the small intestine, and it is reduced to carbon, right? Carbon, carbohydrates. It's reduced to carbon and it mixes with the oxygen. Remember, a cell needs oxygen and simple sugar or carbon to perform and to generate an energy cycle. And that energy cycle creates heat and a dynamic cellular energy. It's not a fake energy. It's not a chemical energy. All right. It is a dynamic heat producing energy from the inside, from the cell level. Very dynamic. Aren't our bodies amazing? This is so cool. Let me know in the comments, drop it in the comments if this is new information for you. I know when I started to study this was all new information. I just took it all for granted. You eat food, you poop, you pee, you live, took it for granted. I did not understand the complexity and yet the simplicity. It seems a bit like, wow, but it's so simple, right? All right, so listen, part of this carbon is stored for future energy needs, the way a battery stores energy. So we produce this, part of the carbon gets stored away for producing this for later on. Some excess carbon, which is not used, is stored as ATP or adenosine triphosphate. Excuse me. I'm tripping over my words here today. Some excess carbon, which is not used, is stored as ATP or adenosine triphosphate or converted to fat. I got a lot of that, actually. I got some excess stored fat, which is just stored energy, I guess. So some excess carbon, which is not used, is stored as ATP or converted to fat and or stored as glycogen. Glycogen is stored in mainly the liver. Glycogen is stored mainly in the liver and muscle tissue, but it can also be stored in many other places. When the body is deprived of glucose or fructose, simple sugar, it will start to use its glycogen reserves. Glycogen is then converted back into glucose. Remember, the body must have a fuel source, as does your car. Amazing. I'm just reading through that note and just taking that in. Are you guys digging that? So when we deprive it of the type of sugar that we need, and God knows I have deprived my body of the right type of sugar my entire life. Entire life. I put so much strain on my body. I recognize that now. How much strain I put on my body by eating all those complex carbohydrates. How much, effort I was forcing my body to do. When I think of how constipated I used to be as a child and how, man, it just blows my mind. Okay, so when refined or complex sugars, several glucose and fructose complexes bonded together are consumed, this creates a glucose overload, which in turn creates excess carbon molecules. Okay, so here we go. Let's dig in. It's time to really dig in. Let's dig in. So you eat a lot of refined or complex sugars, right? And that's all the breads, all the pastry, all the cookies, all the refined sugar, all of that. Those are glucose and fructose complexes, like uh, 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 constituents that are bonded together. Bonded together. That creates a glucose overload and, in turn, an excess of carbon molecules. The excess carbon, so those excess carbon are converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide is eliminated via the lungs, the kidneys, and the skins. And again, this is one of the reasons why I refuse to wear a mask. I'm just going to say it. I refuse. That carbon dioxide that we are exhaling, you guys, is excessive carbon that our body doesn't need and doesn't want. It actually has an acid. It's acidic to the body. And how do we get rid of it? We get rid of that excess carbon through the lungs, the kidneys, and the skin. So let's just go back again. I like to do this. You guys ever notice if you're studying something and you get to something at the next point and you're like, hold on a minute, that previous point, really, I need to go back and reread that. So when refined or complex sugars, which are just several glucose and fructose complexes bonded together, when those refined or complex sugars are consumed, are eaten, this creates a glucose overload. That glucose overload creates excess carbon molecules. So we are producing in the body, when we eat all that white flour stuff and all that sugary stuff and all the pasta and all of the grains, the rices, rice is a grain, right? That's a complex sugar. That's a complex carbohydrate. A big motorcycle just rolled by. Sorry. Okay, so you eat all that complex stuff, right? You eat the pastas, you eat the Pop-Tarts, you eat the Cheerios, you eat the Frosted Flakes, What else? What else? What are the other complex sugars that you guys eat? The pasta. Oh my gosh, the pasta, the chips, the all that stuff. When you eat that, you're creating an excess too many carbon molecules in your body. Those carbon molecules are converted then into carbon dioxide so they can be excreted, and carbonic acid so they can be excreted and gotten rid of through the lungs, through what you exhale, your kidneys, and your skin. Carbonic acid requires oxidation or transmutation via oxygen and mineral salt, respectively. Both of these substances are acid forming and must be neutralized and removed from the body, as they are strong contributors to acidosis. So listen to this. We're eating all of these complex sugars, creating more carbon molecules in the body. And these excessive carbon molecules are converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide, you get rid of by exhaling it through the lungs, your kidneys, hopefully, if your kidneys are filtering and working properly, and through your skin. Carbonic acid requires oxidation or transmutation via oxygen or mineral salt, respectively, and both the carbon dioxide and the carbonic acid that excessive carbon turns into, that excess carbon, complex carbon molecules, the excess carbon molecules that you're producing when you eat the bread and the pasta and the rice and the grains and all of that stuff, both of those substances, the carbon dioxide and the carbonic acid that is the digestive, what's left behind when you digest that food, have to be neutralized and removed from the body as they are strong contributors to acidosis. Strong contributors. And I guarantee you, unless you're on a fruits, melons, and berries protocol, you're not neutralizing any of those acid forming foods. In fact, that acid, the residual lymphatic waste, is our acid residue. Unless you're doing fruits, melons, and berries, how are you getting that acid residue out? You're not, right? Strong contributors to acidosis. And we know for a fact that all dis-ease happens under an acid sky. All health and vitality happens under an alkaline sky. Right? And this detoxification that we are doing and that we're learning about and that we're understanding, when you understand what is going on inside of you when you eat the cookies, you're more likely to look at that as, oh my God, is this the kind of chemistry I want to put in my body? Is that the kind of chemistry you want to put in your body? It's not the kind of chemistry I want to put in my body anymore. It's the kind of chemistry I was strongly addicted to, seriously addicted to. And here we are, right? We have a world and an environment that it's so common. You walk around. I'm out shopping. I was just out shopping today. If you guys did not catch my stories, oh my God, you got to go catch my stories. Where is the clock that I bought? Talk about that later. Got the cutest stuff today. But as I'm walking around, I see so many people and my heart just bursts open for them with just so much empathy because I know what it's like to be addicted to all that sugar stuff. It is so common, right? Everything is complex sugar, all of the packaged stuff, all of the stuff that's labeled healthy. It's all complex sugar and we're just consuming it at such alarming rates, creating all of this excess carbon molecule stuff going on inside of us, creating all this carbon dioxide being exhaled by our lungs that you know this thing is just, we're just re-inhaling it. Stop and think, what is this doing to you? This is why I refuse to wear one, because I don't want to be breathing in the stuff that is making my body acid. I am trying to get rid of cancer over here, you know? How much carbs do we consume? Class, I want you to really think about this, all right? How much crap do we allow into our house? Some of you saying, yeah, I know, but I just got to pick up, the stuff for my son. Like he really likes it. I'm not eating it, but he really, really likes it. And I can't say no to him because, oh my God, I love him. You're not loving your kids when you're allowing that stuff back in the house. Let's just get real up in here. You're not loving yourself when you're allowing that stuff to get into your shopping cart. Go check out my stories from today. My shopping cart, I bought, how much did it come to? I forget what she said, 90 something dollars, full of fruit. $90 full of fruit. And you know what? That would have cost me, if I bought it all fresh, because I bought it at this has got to go, we got to sell this today rack. It would have cost me $400 worth of fruit because I got it all on a ridiculous price. I don't buy the crap anymore because I'm so aware of this. All of that stuff is what's contributing to our ill health. And then we have people raising their eyebrows at us saying, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You're eating too much sugar." And I say, "Really? No kidding. It's the kind of sugar my body needs. It's the kind of sugar your body needs for fuel." That's why we can see, so how many of us are dragging our butts around town, like dragging with low energy, needing that third cup of coffee, but you're really just buying the coffee for the sugar and the cream. But you need that third cup of coffee and it's only 3 o'clock because you can't produce an energy cycle on a cellular level, honey. Put the coffee down. That is a stimulant, external, uh, 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 energetic kick. It's not dynamic. It's not cellular because you're not taking in the simple sugar that every cell in your body requires in order to produce an energy cycle, heat and energy, so that your body comes alive and your energy wakes up. Instead, you're killing your adrenals by stimulating it with caffeine, thinking that, oh, I need this to be able to poop. That used to be me. Had to have a cigarette and a coffee in the morning to have a bowel movement. It's like, girl, you got that all backwards. And when I started this juicing, I was really wondering, oh my God, I wonder how I'm gonna poop if I can't have a smoke and a coffee before, you know. Little did I know that there would be no issue about you're not pooping. When you're doing this type of juice protocol, you poop. And those of us who are doing this know this full well and understand it on a first-hand basis, right? Drop it in the comments. Give me your poop emojis if you understand and you have experienced the juice being the most amazing blessing that you could have had when it comes to the bathroom. Now, barring, of course, those of us who are doing a grape juice cleanse and where it's power washing us on the inside. But generally speaking, this cleans you out, right? So this high demand upon the pancreas to produce insulin and upon the liver and kidneys to convert or eliminate this keeps a high demand on the pancreas to produce insulin, and it puts a high demand on the the liver and kidneys to convert or eliminate the excess. Oh God, Burns, look at that typo. Excuse me, pardon me, class. Eliminate. It's not illuminate. Eliminate the excess, all right? So this puts a high demand. All this sugar overload that we got going on. So sugar, glucose overload is common in our society. We consume a great deal of refined and complex carbohydrates and sugars. And this keeps a high demand on your pancreas to produce insulin and the liver and kidneys to convert or eliminate the excess, right? The excess what? The excess carbonic acid, the excess carbon dioxide, right? We are straining and taxing our bodies when we do this, and then we want to know why we got so many people with diabetes. I guarantee you it's not because they've been eating a lot of fruit. No. If they were eating a lot of fruit, they wouldn't have this diabetic response. They wouldn't be putting such a high look at what just look at what some diabetics eat, y'all. And if any of you are diabetic, I want you to really take a really good hard look at what you've been eating and what you have been conditioned to believe is good to eat. All that packaged crap, right? Low glycemic index. What is on the ingredient? Some of you can't even read what's on the box. Talk about complex chemistry, right? And all of that, all of this sugar fanaticism that we have going on in the world. You want to talk about fanatics, right? All of the sugar overload, all of the all these places that are trying to convince us that all this sugar stuff is good for us. and then they want to be afraid of fruits, right? They don't understand. People don't understand. I hope you guys are understanding, right? I know you are, because I know how brilliant you are, and you're all up to speed on this with us. And I cannot wait to get to these comments. I think I have like 60 comments up in here that I'm going to go through after this. Are you guys enjoying the class? Let me know. Drop a star if you're enjoying the class, or say enjoying the class in the comments. Let's see it. All right. Alana's giving me the yeah, or this one. Yeah. Yes. You know, this is good. We're learning so much together. We're learning so much together. I'm so proud of you guys for being here. If you're here and you're taking the time to pop in even for 2 minutes, because that's all you got right now, and you're going to come back to it to check out the rest of the lesson, that is amazing. I'm so proud of you. Give yourselves a big pat on the back. When was the last time you sat down and really wanted to learn about what's really going on when you eat something and the stuff that you love so much? Because I'm sure some of you came here going, oh God, I hope she doesn't tell me I can't have pasta. Oh God, hope she doesn't make me feel bad for those cookies I ate. I don't want to make anybody feel bad or make anybody feel that they can't have something. I just want you to, when you pick up your food for you, or the stuff that we think is food, I just want you to look at it from a chemistry point of view and understand what it is you're doing to yourself when you have it, and be aware that you're doing what you're doing as you're doing it, and not be asleep in this program that wants us to believe that that cookie, you deserve a break today. Go have a Kit Kat. I want us to walk and be awake and aware in these programs. So that's why I'm so passionate about learning about this. And the more I teach, the more I learn. Because as I am saying this, I'm getting it every single time I read this information. It seeps in at a different, deeper level. And I'm so grateful, because I walk through the grocery stores too. I was just in Bulk Barn. I mean, Dollarama, where it's like aisle after aisle after aisle after aisle after aisle after aisle after aisle of all the yummy candy and cookies and all the stuff that I used to love to eat. But it was killing me. It was killing me. All this high demand on the pancreas to produce insulin, diabetics, wake up, wake up, wake up. You're doing it to yourself. We are doing it to ourselves. The high demand on the liver. Where did my cancer show up? In the liver, on the kidneys. Our body is under way too much stress to eliminate this stuff, you guys, and we don't have to do this, especially when you know now. Add to this the access problems created by the excess problems. I'm sorry, my typo again. Add to this the excess. I got to fix it. I'm sorry. I just do, because I know I'm going to do this class again in a different way, and maybe in a different style. There's always new people coming to the class, and I so appreciate that. If you're new to this class and you're just finding me right now, congratulations, and let's go. Add to this the excess problems created by protein and fat consumption, and you can begin to form a picture of why people today have so many health problems. Does this not make total sense? It makes sense, right? I know it makes sense to me, because I'm reading it and I'm learning it and I'm experiencing it. And now I'm out in the public, I'm out in the real world, and I'm observing it. I'm looking at it going, wow, yeah, look at all of that. And then when you look in people's baskets, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not judging, because I was doing it too, but I'm just saying awareness, right? Awareness. I send love to everybody who's struggling with this and who doesn't know, because once you know, like just now, if go check out my stories. I was in Farm Boy, and I storied the whole thing. It was amazing, so much fun, right at the checkout. And she's like, oh, the juice lady's back. And I'm like, yes, the juice lady's back. My entire basket was all of their citrus $2 baskets. So basically I've weighed it and priced it out before. Basically, I end up buying citrus for 40 cents a pound, y'all. 40 cents a pound. But when I'm out shopping, I can see it. I can see it. What is in your basket? What is in your basket, and then what is in your vehicle? Of this vehicle, this physical vehicle, when you look at it, you can understand. It's like, I get it. Yeah, that used to be me. I understand. Now I look at what's in my basket and I look at me and I'm like, yeah, I understand. I understand. Raw fruits and vegetables are balanced in their simple sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. Wow, there's a loud bass rolling by. Who is playing that music so loud? Okay, so raw fruits and vegetables are balanced in their simple sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. They're balanced. Everything that we need, everything that we need, everything that we need is completely balanced when we eat raw fruits and vegetables. Simple. And as we remember from up at the beginning, it is in the largest quantity available on the planet. They are truly God foods designed for humans. Most are, get this. Okay, so when I was a little girl and my grandmother would come, she had diabetes, she was diabetic, and she would come over, for, visits for like a couple of weeks or whatnot. She always had artificial sweeteners in the cupboard, like big bags of it. Most artificial sweeteners have been linked to cancer. NutraSweet or aspartame is an example of an artificial sugar. Aspartame, get this, guys. Anybody still getting their fake sugar at the drive-through for their coffee, thinking that you're doing something good for yourself? Well, honey, aspartame is a neurotoxin that breaks down into formaldehyde, and Americans use over 7,000 tons of this per year. Let's just let that sink in for a minute. Formaldehyde. It turns into frigging formaldehyde, you guys. I'm telling you, I just can't get enough of this stuff. I just can't get enough of this. I just can't get enough. Let me not sing anymore because not because I can't sing well, but because I don't want to get copyright struck for that. I am filling up with some grape juice now. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, queen. Yes. Thank you guys for putting up with my silliness. Okay, let's keep going. Are you guys having fun? You guys still with me? Stay with me. Stay with me. I know you're staying with me. I know you're right here. You're right here, right with me. And I love this for you. I frigging love this for you. So it's a neurotoxin. Neurotoxin, you want some toxins? Let's put it right up in your brain. Let's put that shit right up in your brain. Here you go. Poison. Right? And God knows we do it enough to ourselves with so many other neurotoxins, right? And we're killing our adrenals, which produces neurotransmitters, the actual food that our brain does need, like we're shooting ourselves in the foot, left, right, and center sometimes. It is a myth that natural, simple sugar feeds. Oh, yeah. Well, at least we got the technology to fix it, right? At least we got the technology to fix it. It is a myth. It is a straight up, flat out myth that simple sugar feeds, simple sugars feed. Good grammar is important. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's a myth that natural, simple sugars, like those found in grape juice, feed or encourage cancer. It's a total myth. Why the perpetration of myths? Oh my God. I don't know, but we're busting the myth right now. Can we just hear it for the grape juice? Any of us out here doing the grape juice cleanse still? Listen, even if you're not having 100% grape juice like me, like right now, I'm doing some other juices in between as well because I just want more other juices as well as the grape, but mainly grape. Can we just give it up for the beautiful grape? Can you guys drop some grape emojis if you are having grapes or grape juice at any point in time in your program right now? Can we just give it up? And I hope you guys are enjoying the lesson. How's the lesson going for you so far? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know. Let me know. And come back and I'm going to read all the questions and all. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're rocking this right now, guys. So simple sugars strengthen and energize cells, which is a must in successful cancer treatment, as cancer cells are normal cells that have just lost their vitality and health through acidosis. Now, remember, I got to change this here too. I'm going to leave it. I think it's right. Sorry. Okay, so we get so much energy from the fruit. Remember we talked before in class about the different angstroms of energy. Angstroms. So everything gives off an electromagnetic vibrational energy. Everything that's alive. Dead meat that you eat, that you cook to eat, it's dead. 0 angstroms of energy. And the body needs about 5 to 6,000 angstroms of energy to even wake up with a smile on your face. It requires a vibrational energy force that you need to muster up. People with cancer, generally speaking, have a vibrational energy of about 4,800 angstroms of energy. Very low vibrationally. If any of you have ever been to a cancer a department or I want to say ward, but they're not really wards, but like a cancer, the cancer offices in the hospital. I'm trying to. It's funny whenever I think right now of of things to do with my cancer, even sometimes the name of the type of cancer I had, gastrointestinal stromal tumor. This past Sunday was my 9-year anniversary from first being diagnosed. Whenever I think of certain aspects of it at times, I can't even I can't even form the words. Like the cancer wing, the cancer hospital, right? If you ever notice, if you look at the people who are waiting to be seen in the waiting rooms, not the people, their caregivers that are, or their family or their support people that are there with them, but the actual people who have cancer in those areas of the hospital, go back in your memory, because we're not doing those kind of appointments now anyhow. Like most appointments are remote, but for people who have to get into the hospital to be seen by their oncology team, yourselves as cancer patients, you as anything that you are healing from, think about look at the energy level that you see. They're it's a very frail situation when you're in there, right? So what do you need to heal from that? You need something that's going to strengthen you. You need something that's going to energize you. You need something that is going to help you have a higher amplitude of energy. And fruits, melons, and berries have 8,000 to 10,000 angstroms of energy. All of that energy is being transmuted right from the fruit right into your cells by diffusion, which we're going to talk about in a minute. It goes right through your cell walls and right into your body. Doesn't have to go through the digestive process when we drink it as a juice. I love this. It's so exciting, right? Cancer cells are just normal cells that have lost their vitality and their health through acidosis. We talked about this in the Great Lymphatic System. Go back and check out that class. It was so good a couple days ago, right? So when we have all this lymphatic stagnation around the body, and the body just slows down. Remember, 80% of our fluid in our body, the fluid that surrounds every single cell in your body, is your lymphatic fluid. And when that slows down and gets really sludgy and won't move out of your body, what ends up happening is that the cells, wherever you're weak, the cells in that area are going to start dying and decaying because it's all stagnant and it's congested and it's constipated, right? Wherever that tumor is, wherever that part of your body is that's weak, because of the acidosis, because of all the acid that is causing the lymphatic system to dump more cholesterol into the system, right? All the calcium that gets dumped into the system from the bones, so that it can cool down the hot acid effect of all of these carbohydrates that we're eating, that's causing carbon dioxide and carbonic acid to build up in our body. But simple sugar, enter the fruit, enter the fruits, melons, and berries. And this is going to strengthen your cells. This is going to energize your cells. This is going to literally create an energy cycle in your body when combined with oxygen. The other thing, that reason why I won't put a mask on, because I'm not going to stop breathing oxygen for nobody. No, I don't care. You can burn me at the stake when that time comes. I don't care. I don't care. I need all the oxygen in my body so that I can produce an energy cycle, because my body has been relying on very low energy source foods for 55 years. And now I got to make up serious time with that. And so do a lot of you. And that's why I take what I do so seriously with my body. No mask, because I need all my oxygen, because that's essential on a cellular level. You cut off oxygen, you cut off the part of the equation that you need to produce an energy cycle. Why do you think? Can we all wake up? Can I challenge you? Can I invite you to relook at why this thing with the mask is even a thing? I want all my oxygen. I want you to have all your oxygen, because your health, your vitality, your ability to get any bug going around and your body to go, no problem, you got a little virus, I'll take care of that, because your body is not like, whoo, girl, sorry, I got nothing for you, man. You've been pumping me full of acid. You keep eating that crap, even though you know you don't want to be eating it, because I'm trying to tell you, stop eating it. I'm trying to give you a 2x4 upside your head. This is my body talking to me. Burns, I'm going to give you a 2x4 upside your head. You're 160 pounds. I'm going to 2x4 upside your head, and now you bang all of that acidosis. It's time for you to get serious. Here's a cancer diagnosis for you. I didn't listen all the years leading up. I was 160 pounds on 5 feet tall. That's 160 pounds. That's a lot of extra weight that my body was trying to protect me and buffer me with because of all this crap I was doing. Now, come to realize that in order to work my way out of that situation, I got to do the opposite chemistry of what I was putting in before. And I know that the chemistry I was putting in before was all the complex carbohydrates. What is that chemistry? What is the breakdown of that chemistry of that food chemically in my body? Well, excess complex. I'm going to just go back because I think this is going in. I'm not even reading the comments as yet, but I have a strong knowing that this is resonating with you guys. All right. When refined complex sugars are consumed, it creates a glucose overload, too much glucose in the system, which in turn creates excess carbon molecules. The excess carbon is converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide eliminated out of the lungs, the kidneys, and the skin, but primarily out of the lungs. So no, I'm not wearing a mask. Thank you very much. No, thank you. Right? Carbonic acid requires oxidation or transmutation via mineral salts and oxygen, respectively. Both of those substances that break down from all the acids that we eat got to be neutralized, got to be removed from the body because they're strong contributors to acidosis. It's time we got to wake up, man. We got to wake up. All right. So these simple sugars, they strengthen our cells, they energize our cells, the energy, the awareness, the consciousness, the amplitudes of angstrom, electromagnetic measured energy goes right from this transmuted right into our bodies. No complex chemistry necessary, no gymnastics necessary to get it to break down into a bioavailable form of fuel to be converted for us, each cell in our body to create that energy cycle, that little bit of heat, that little bit of energy dynamically at the cellular level. Everything with that happens with this and this alone. You don't get that energy from protein. We'll talk about that in a bit. You don't get that energy from protein. Protein is not our fuel source. It's not for fuel, right? Don't make that mistake. We'll talk about that in a bit. Remember, a simple sugar, glucose in particular, is the proper cell for fuel for the cells. Proteins and fats should never be used for fuel unless it is absolutely necessary because cellular damage can result. You look at the Eskimos, right? People in the Inuits, people in the far north strand of the where it's always winter and that need to use a lot of animal protein as their food source because there is no plant life there, right? A lot of very early death rate, a lot of diabetes, a lot of health problems, a lot of health issues, and a lot of people who have done and who are doing the keto diet. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done the keto diet or a protein and fat rich program. Let me know because I know there are a lot of people that that have done that before and who are doing it right now. And you think you're doing your body good and you think you're losing weight and you think, oh, this is working so great. Your body is metabolizing your own tissues and organs and muscle mass when you do that. You don't even realize it because you're just thinking, oh, I'm losing weight. This is great. You're cannibalizing yourself. Let me just see how many more notes I have to go here. I have to go to the bathroom like nobody's business. Ooh. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the washroom. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, where were we? Thank you so much for waiting. You guys are the best. You're the best. You're the best. You guys are the best. Okay. Okay, where were we? Here we are. Fructose is the highest energetic form of a monosaccharide or simple sugar. So when people ask you, well, where are you going to get they never say, where are you going to get your energy from? They always say, where are you going to get your protein from? Where are you going to get your energy from? That's what I want to know. My body's already formed, it's already built. I even can see a little bit of my muscle mass coming back underneath as the layers of excess fat that I no longer need to buffer my body from my acids. I'm not putting the acid in anymore. And my kidneys are filtering and I'm hydrated and I have all the electrolytes and all the electric energy. It's right in the name. Electrolytes, electric, right? It's right in the name. It's the highest energetic form of a monosaccharide or simple sugar, the highest energy form. Remember, 8 to 10,000 angstroms of energy, amplitudes of measured electromagnetic energy. Neurons, nerve cells, especially attract fructose molecules because the neurons in the brain are firing and wiring at such electrical speeds that we can't even fathom that. And our brain, this is like brain food. Our brain and the neurons, the brain cells, attract all of this fructose. It's like brain food. That's why those of you who have done this and who are doing this, drop me the brain emoji. If this lights your brain up, you feel like I know Detox Your Being, you were talking in your video from last night about your meditations and the level of consciousness and awareness that you're tapping into right now. So drop me a brain emoji if you can feel this electrically at the brain level. Sometimes I drink this and I feel a little buzzed. I'm not kidding you. That grape taste is amazing. Oh my God. So the fructose, like I said before, the fructose enters a cell through diffusion instead of via active transport, which is counterpart glucose uses. All right. So glucose needs to get in there through active transport, where as diffusion, it just diffuses from these cells, just diffuse right into you. They just go right in, no effort, right? Diffusion saves energy for the body and cells. So you don't have to do a lot. There's not a lot of gymnastics that need to take place when you consume fructose. Brilliant, right? Any activity requires energy, including the activity of transporting nutrients across the cell wall. So everything requires energy. So when you do a juicing protocol like this, excuse me, think of all the electromagnetic energy that your body is, number one, taking in. So all the electromagnetic 8,000 to 10,000 amplitudes of angstroms of electromagnetic energy, that's all going in. But you also don't have to expend any energy in order to break it down and utilize it. It's already in its highest electromagnetic form, in its most bioavailable form, fruits and fruit juice. Compare that to something like beans, where you have to cook it for a long time to make it palatable and even safe to eat. And you get back an amplitude of energy of 0, but you use so much of your dynamic digestive cellular energy to process it. So you're at a deficit, right? Same thing with meat, 0 angstroms of energy. So you're having to digest it. It's not even all going through you. It's sticking to your intestinal wall, decaying itself, but also decaying all the tissue around that where that meat is stuck, your intestinal wall, right? That's why some of our people are dealing with some very serious bowel issues right now, where the doctors feel like the only recourse is to cut your bowels out. My God, instead of saying, let me clean out the bowels, let me get all of that gunk out. Let me stop putting in the stuff that is causing that. Same thing with the carbohydrates, gluing up. Glue, it's right in the name. The carbohydrates, the flour, all that stuff, gluing down your intestinal wall. All right. So the energy that you expend, you don't expend any energy and you get 8 to 10,000 amplitudes of energy. That's why it's important to understand why this simple sugar is the way to go. Most nutrients also require a helper or carrier to assist in this movement through the cell wall and into the cell. ATP is a cell's stored energy. It's used in active transport, the assisted transportation of nutrients across the cell membrane walls. So remember, we talked about how ATP is that extra energy that will be stored, right, for later use if necessary. That's what that ATP is used for doing that extra work to get it, the other stuff, into the cell walls. Glucose needs insulin to a certain degree as a utilization hormone for this active transport. As a transport just drove by outside. I'm so glad you guys don't hear any more of that. So glucose needs insulin to a certain degree as a utilization hormone for this active transport. Fructose, on the other hand, so when we eat stuff that has glucose, right, it needs insulin. Fructose, on the other hand, requires no ATP or insulin, and it is simply pulled or absorbed through the cell wall. Thank you guys for your patience with this, my notes. There we go. All right, so fructose doesn't require any extra energy to be used, the ATP stored in the cells, right? It doesn't require any insulin. So having fructose does not require any insulin in order to get into the cell wall. It just goes in, it's diffused into your into your cells. Isn't that amazing? I just think that's amazing. For diabetics, fructose is perfect, especially if they remove complex sugars from their diet. So it's not just enough to say, okay, well, I'm a diabetic, so let me eat some fruit and think that I'm going to heal the sugar metabolism issues. And I'll also go and eat that blueberry scone because, oh my God, it's so good, right? You can't do that. You can't do that and then turn around and blame fruits for your lack of ability to metabolize sugar. You have to cut out all that other stuff. Complex sugars create excessive glucose levels in the blood, which then creates more insulin demand. Diabetics, I'm going to ask you again, what are you eating? What are you eating? Look at your diet. Are you eating these complex sugars? That's what's putting the insulin demand on you. Raw fruits and vegetables are always your best sources of simple sugars. Always. This is one reason why your body becomes stronger and more energetic on these foods. One of my dear friends who runs the most amazing retreats in Ibiza, if and when the world opens back up, she was saying that, oh my gosh, I'm starting to train now. I'm starting to get myself back into shape, and I feel I'm starting to teach more. They live in Las Vegas right now. They're starting to teach more, and I need my energy, so I'm going to have to also eat some other food. And I said to her, no other food is going to give you the amplitudes of energy that fruits, melons, and berries and vegetables and some nuts and seeds, sprouted preferably, are going to give you. And I encouraged her. And guys, when you understand the kind of energy, the amount of energy I have, okay, by the evenings I get, I'm ready for bed, but that's because my body's healing and it wants to be in bed so that it can heal. Sleep is important for the process, right? But when you are eating these fruits, you have energy and you just don't even realize where it's coming from. You're just like, I'm wired for sound, man. Let's go. It's because of the energy in the fruits. Foods high in protein and low in sugars, or foods high in complex sugars, rob your body of vital energy, create acidosis, and elevate your blood sugars. Are you digging that? High protein, low sugar, or high complex carbs rob your body of vital energy, create acidosis, and elevate your blood sugar levels. Simple sugars also aid in alkali station. One second. One second, please. Okay, here we go. Simple sugars also aid in the alkalization of the tissues, which is vital to tissue regeneration and vitality. So you're alkalizing the body. The body wants to be alkali in an alkaline state. The body wants base chemistry, right? We're an alkaline being. We're an alkaline being. So the simple sugars in fruits, melons, and berries are going to, and vegetables are going to help all of your tissues be more alkaline. When your tissues are more alkaline, your tissues are more hydrated because it can take in the right amount of water into the cell. It's a win-win situation, you know? And as stated, fructose is the highest electrical sugar in nature and superb, absolutely amazing for brain and nerve regeneration. And I know a lot of you out there are dealing with brain and nerve issues, right? This is the best thing that you can ever do, ever, for your body. All right. So I think that's where I want to stop for today on the teaching portion. How did you guys like today's class? Let's go back and let's check out the comments. I hope they didn't cut me off on. Sometimes I can't scroll all the way back up. Okay, here we go. 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 So I just want to give you a big shout out. Shout out to all of you who are watching this. Shout out to everybody who is sneaking this on their phone when they should be working. You got to work on yourself though, right? You're no good for anybody at work or at home if you don't have the information and if you are not healing yourself. So shout out to all of you who are here, who are really working this and who are uh, excited about learning about how sugar and carbohydrates really truly impact our lives, because it really does. Kim said, the bell should keep me awake. It's 3 a.m. here. I probably doze off soon. My juice is still in transit. Hopefully, we'll join in soon. Kim, thank you so much. Kim, I'm so grateful that you are here, and I can't wait for you to get this into you as well. Let's see. You dropped that comment at 12:33. It is 1:42 right now. So not bad, not bad. I don't look at the comments during the class time unless I want to go back and refer to stuff during the lesson part. But I'm going to run through all the comments and the questions now. So shout out to you guys if you've left a comment. Shout out to you if you left a comment and you're still here and you get to hear me read it out live. Shout out to everybody who just found this and who are just jumping on now. I appreciate you watching this live. We are healing ourselves and doing this all together. Yes, yes, yes. Rasmin's message from Spirit said, I just want to say hello, but you have to go out. Please take care, everyone. Divine cosmic love to you all. Thank you, The Real Juicy Detox. You're so welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. Shifting Consciousness is saying, I'm getting hungry though. What can I do? Drink more juice. If you are hungry and you're doing this, it's because you don't have enough juice in you. So I would go and drink some more juice. I like to try to get in 4 liters of juice if I at all can, because I find that sorry, motorcycles going by. That staves off the hunger. If you do need to have something to eat, have a few grapes, put a few grapes in the freezer, have a slice of melon. But you can do it. You can do it. Emoji King says, hi, Radmin, love your videos. Thank you. Um, Radmin's message from Spirit. Oh my God, I can't wait to check out your stuff. She said, I'll wait for a few minutes. And Emoji King, did you send over Razmeen as well? You're so amazing. Thank you. Hello, Elaine. Elaine in the house. And Shifting Consciousness, Nancy said, Emoji King, hello. I'm super late. What time did you start? I started at 10 minutes after because my operating system that I upgraded my laptop to was my computer needed to be rebooted. So that took 10 minutes to get going, but you're right on time. So Rasmin said, okay, I'll run now so I don't interfere. Oh, you're never interfering, honey. Oh gosh, no, you're never interfering whatsoever. Not at all. Please. I love comments. I love reading them. I love putting them up on the screen. I love that everybody gets to see who is having their comments. I have always found that when I watch videos and especially live videos, it's hard to keep up with the comments, and especially with the good comments that are really asking great questions that I wish that whoever was doing the live would stop and acknowledge. Some people do, and I'm so grateful that I can do that here. Oh, good. Rasmin said I would keep it on while I get ready. Beautiful. Thank you. Emoji King says, hi, Raz. I was just on with John Binney at All for Love's channel. So happy you are here now. And I love, Emoji King, that you always bring your people over here. I don't know. I love you, man. You're one of my ground soldier men. I love it. Timestamp sugar and carbs at 12:26. Yes, thank you so much, Alana. Yes, totally interactive here. Emoji King says it too. You're not interfering. This is totally interactive. So come on board, baby. You're in the right place. Thank you for the love, Detox Your Being, and Emoji King. And Erica says, hi, Burns and family. Sending love to everyone. Oh, love it. Love it. Veronica, hi, Veronica. Oh my gosh, I hope you're still here. Veronica says, thank you for doing this on Facebook. You are so welcome. Andrea says, I adore you, Burns. You're such an inspiration. Oh my God, thank you so much. I adore you. You are an inspiration to me. You are amazing. You are such a gifted soul. Shifting Consciousness sends love. Sonia says, I have such vitality and healing when I do a juice fast. I juice on a daily basis, changed my life. Right? Right? Oh, shout out. Shout out right now. Shout out to everybody who is juicing and changing their lives on a daily basis, whether you're juicing and having some raw food as well, or whether you're just straight up 100% juicing. Shout out to everybody who is doing this and who is taking their health back. If that is you, shout out to you, my friend. You are doing it. I love that for you. Do you recommend? Oh, hi there, Prima. Prima McFalls. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I hope you're still here. You sent this one at 12:37, and I'm now getting to it, that's how it rolls here. If you drop a comment, I'm gonna respond to you whether you're here or not. Okay, and it's gonna take a while for me to get to it, but I promise that I will. Isn't that fun? So stick around. If you drop a comment and I haven't read it out yet, it just means that I haven't gotten there yet, but I will. So welcome to class, Prima. I haven't seen you here before in the comments, so I'm so grateful that you are here. You should not do a water fast to jumpstart a detox. No, that is, in my opinion, and my experience, and in my knowledge, you should only do a water fast if your kidneys are filtering. How do you know if your kidneys are filtering? Well, if you're needing to jumpstart a detox, your kidneys are probably not filtering, but you would pee in a glass jar or a clear glass and see if there's any sediment or any filtration floating around in that. If it's cloudy and you can't see through it, that's amazing. Let it sit, let it settle. Excuse me. Come back in a few hours and you should see a thick line of sediment on the bottom. And if you guys aren't in our Facebook group, The Real Juicy Detox, you guys need to come, because I showed on a special exclusive just for the group live. I showed my urine filtration this morning before rebounding and after rebounding. But my filtration this morning was amazing. So I wouldn't do that. I would start more gently on the body. Start with changing up some fruit. We are calling this our juicy jumpstart because we are doing just juice for 40 days. As really need something to satisfy that chewing craving that you have a little bit, as long as it's fruit. Okay, so I would recommend just jumping in. I don't know what, Prima, if you're still here, what has your protocol been? What are you eating now? What are your conditions that you're trying to heal in the body? These are all things that would impact that answer, but I wouldn't do a water fast. I would get up to speed at getting your kidneys filtering, and you can do that best when you are doing juicing. I would get your kidneys filtering. That would be my number one thing. And yeah, a water fast might do that, but nourish yourself first. Also, you can't do a water fast for huge extended periods of time, like 40 days. I don't recommend that. I don't. I mean, I know people do it, but Dr. Morse isn't a fan, and neither am I. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much. Your emoji profile picture is so cute. Thank you for referring this and recommending. Lizette, check it out. Lizette, I hope you're checking it out. And Tila, I hope you're checking it out as well. And Norma, oh my God, thank you, Sarah, for sharing this out with your people. And Liz and Letitia and Angelica, my God, I love you. I love you for living up on your people so much. And Melissa and Liana and Gusbus and Gus. That's that. Okay, Gus Bus was a typo. Gus, thank you so much for sharing this. You're just amazing. What an amazing friend. Shout out to Sarah and everybody else who is sharing this out to the world and to their friends and family, because you love them and you think that this information can help them. You're a good friend, Sarah. Burns Emoji King says, my subscriptions is going through the roof. Haha. I don't even post anything. That's funny. Yeah, man, because you're a rock star. You're a rock star. You should start posting some stuff. You have a lot to share and to give back. And I thank you for giving back and sharing all that you do here when you're in class and with your people when you're thinking about them and sharing this. So shout out to you. Louise says, yay, I caught the live feed. Yay. Hi, Burns, day 9 here and rocking it. Diaphragm and kidney pain, and then release. Nails, suddenly supersonic strength. Hi, everyone. Hi, Louise. That is so good to hear, honey. I'm so happy to hear that. Wow. Good for you. Alana says macaroni and cheese, garlic butter, Parmesan cheese noodles, all of those complex carbs. That's what a lot of us have been eating, right? Not realizing, bam, I've been killing myself, making it so acidic. No wonder, Alana. No wonder your body has rushed in to try to protect itself. Now we know, and now we can make things that taste and that have a better mouth feel than macaroni and cheese, that are going to be better for us. Stick around, man. Stick around, because after the 40 days, so we're on day 17 now, right? In 23 days, I'm going to be taking this into the kitchen. In fact, I wanted to take this into the kitchen today, but I didn't have it planned and I didn't have a test run. But I got $100 worth of beautiful citrus hull. And tomorrow, for tomorrow's class, I would love to peel. I would love to do that as a class in the kitchen of me juicing a bunch of oranges while we click through and read comments from the class and share what we're doing. Emoji King says, my fingernails are growing at an accelerated rate, especially on my right hand. My god, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, my nails are doing better too. Cool. Uh, Source Energy Joan, hi, babe. I find myself watching cooking shows. What's up with that? I know. Stop it. What's up with that? Well, for one thing, maybe you watched a lot of cooking shows in the past, and it's coming up in your notifications. That happens to me, my YouTube notifications, right? I will get these because I've watched cooking shows in the past on my YouTube channel. But you might be just referring to. Hold on a second. I gotta fix my cape. But you might be referring to just like cooking shows like on the Cooking Network. Well, I think what that has to do with, Joni, can I call you Joni? I think that what that has to do with, in all seriousness, is the ego. I'm just going to call it out. The ego doesn't like this whole new Joni that's showing up now. The ego doesn't like the fact that, you're all serious about your health and whatnot. Doesn't like that. Your ego wants the things that you've been addicted to, cooking, eating cooked food, eating that kind of cooked food. The ego wants itself satisfied, and it doesn't like you stepping into the unknown, and it wants to keep you small. And it's a habit. And so the ego doesn't like it when you start to try to break habits that it's gotten used to and comfortable with. The ego wants comfort. It wants the known, and it wants comfort, right? So anytime we see ourselves falling back into old habits, we need to stop ourselves and we need to say, okay, what's this about? What's this about? Right? Because when you go back and you watch those cooking shows, then your mind starts working, right? This is the part of the mental detox. The mind starts working, and the mind wants to think about all those foods and stuff that tastes so good. And before we know it, it's like, oh my God, screw this juice. Just give me a pizza or whatever it is you're watching. Gwen says, I love, hold on one second, Gwen. Let me take off. There is a note somewhere here that I need to undo. I will get it. I see where it is. It's in sugar. Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. There we go. So Gwen says, I love bread and pasta. I know, me too, Gwen. How do you feel now, though, Gwen, now that you know what it is? Do you feel like you're anybody, now that you know and understand what the complex sugar and complex carbs are doing to us? What do you think? Do you feel like you'll be better able to handle when those cravings come up? Let me know in the comments. I found that, hi, Lorraine. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Beauty, for showing up in class, loving the profile picture. And I know that this is the first time that you've been in class and commenting. So hello, welcome. I love sweets. Yes, me too. So addicted to the sweets. Hey, no worries. Rasmin's message from Spirit. She said, okay, I need to run. I'm so sorry. But this is fascinating. Thank you, Emoji King, for inviting me. The Real Juicy Detox. Cool to learn. Yes, indeed. I'm so glad that you found us and that you're here. And I can't wait for you to come back again. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. And Emoji King said, okay, Rasmin, I love you. And Carlene says, hi, Emoji King. And right back at you. Hey, Carlene. I love all the grapes. Eat and drink from the divine vine. Yes. Oh. Every time I take a sip, it's just like a party in my mouth. And you know what I think? Because I started adding in some other juices, now when I drink the grape juice, it tastes even better. I think I just needed to cleanse my palate. My palate was getting a little, bogged down by all the grape, but I had some cantaloupe this morning, I had some pineapple this morning, and now I'm having the grape again, and I really like it. Andrea says I don't wear a mask either. Good. Good. You need all your oxygen, and you don't need to be breathing in the carbon dioxide that is being excreted out of your body for a reason. So I'm really proud of you. Shout out to everybody who is not um, falling into the false propaganda that you're wearing a mask is helping and you doing your part. It's not. That is just you being unfortunately misguided and misled and led down to your own ill health, because you need your oxygen to create an energy cycle in your body, and you need to get rid of the carbon dioxide, which is there because of the excess carbon molecules created when you eat the complex sugars and complex carbs, sweets, candies, pasta, bread, all of that. Can simple sugars also not cause glucose overload? No, simple sugar does not cause glucose overload, because remember, glucose overload, hang on one second. So no, it's the complex sugars that cause the glucose overload. Where is it? Right? So it's the complex glucose overload, the complex sugars that is common in our society. So when we consume a great deal of refined and complex carbohydrates and sugars, that is what causes the glucose overload. That is what puts a high demand on the pancreas to produce insulin and upon the liver and kidneys to convert or eliminate the excess. That is what causes it, not raw fruits and vegetables. They are balanced in their simple sugars, right? And they diffuse right into the cells of our bodies. They do not cause us glucose overload because they're not broken down right here. When refined and complex sugars are consumed, it creates a glucose overload, not fructose overload, glucose overload. Fruits are fructose. Fruits are fructose. Okay, fruits are fructose, not glucose. Glucose are complex carbohydrate chains, as found in all the grains, all the beans, all of that stuff, all the refined sugar. Yeah, does that make sense? I hope that clarifies for you. So the bread, yes, I know. I love bread, but now we make flat bread at the Juicy Detox, the real Juicy Detox, because you can still detox and have stuff that we can make that is raw and vegan and alkaline and is not made with any grains and any of that kind of stuff. Hey, Julia. Hey, Julia. Thank you so much for tuning in and for referring your friend to check this out. Kiana and Keanu, or, oh, are they both? Is that two? Yeah, Kiana and Keanu. Thank you so much. Thank you for referring your friends, and thank you for being in class today. I have to water my indoor medicinal garden, Emoji King says. Burdock root, blood purifier, Indian lettuce, painkiller, dandelion, etc., etc. Yeah, that is amazing. It's so good to grow our own medicine, isn't it? Emoji King says, I like the motorcycle sounds. I've a few Harleys. My fave is a 1964 sporty 900 custom radical barber kicker with a suicide shift. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. That is so cool. Bobber. Okay. Good to know, because I don't know motorcycles. So I read it like it said it. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for referring Simu to this. I hope that Simu finds this of value. Oh, yeah. Alana says, I was drinking coffee all day long, right? All day long and still dragging your ass. Yeah. It's an artificial stimulant. I do not recommend it. I recommend a dynamic, cellular, energetic experience. This is where it's at, not in the coffee. Coffees kill your adrenals, and it's a false stimulation. Emoji King says, my mask has strategically placed air holes so I can go to the pharmacy where it's mandatory when I need to get my father-in-law's medication. Yeah. Well, guess what? A lot of people don't realize and think that mask wearing is mandatory where we live too. And it's actually not. It's not mandatory. A lot of people don't know that. They don't realize that. We have what's called a bylaw, which says that you must wear a mask, but we also have a bylaw exemption that says if you are under 5, if you have a medical condition, and if you are unable to remove or put on your mask on your own, you are exempt from wearing the mask. But most people don't know that because most people are unaware, right? And if you have a medical, think of how many people I see all the time, and they are clearly sick, clearly candidates for heart attack, clearly probably have diabetes, clearly probably need oxygen to sleep at night, clearly have COPD, asthma, breathing problems. The list goes on and on. On and on and on and on and on. Never mind just the fact that you're a human being and you medically need all your oxygen in and all your carbon dioxide out. But I hear you. Put the holes in, do whatever you have to do, wear a face shield, whatever you have to do. I'm just explaining why I am not buying into it, and I'm not doing it because I know they're just trying to keep us sick and keep us oppressed. So this is not a healthcare issue. This is not a healthcare issue. This is something much deeper and much darker. And don't be afraid to, express what you believe, because there are many of us who are not buying into this. Many, okay? We just don't want to be bullied and don't want to be ostracized and don't want to be burnt at the frigging stake, because we are standing up for truth and we are in alignment and know exactly what the truth is. All right. All right. Some of us are going to be burnt at the stake. I'll gladly take the burning if it means that I can be some kind of voice of truth so that people can wake up. I'll burn. I don't care. It's even in my name, Burns. Oh, well, you got to go somehow. May as well go up in a blaze of glory, right? Emoji King says, remarkably, my sister-in-law, Michelle, who has been a quadriplegic since 1973, is on no medication and has never had a bed sore. Yeah, you're taking such good care of Michelle. Hi, Michelle, if you're watching. Hi, darling. I'm so glad that you are in such beautiful, loving, caring hands. Your brother-in-law, Jack, is an angel. Angel. Alana says, yes, grapes, poops. Alana, you're an emoji artist. Yes, she sure is. Yes, illuminate your elimination. Yeah. I love it. Yes, Emoji King. Hey, Lorraine, thank you so much. Lorraine is loving the class. This is beautiful. Andrea, thank you so much. Kimberly Parkhill said, enjoying the class. Alana says, love it, Burns. Thank you so much. Letty is here. Love, love. Oh my goodness, Letty. I'm so happy that you're here. Emoji King says, you want to have fun. Yeah, we want to have fun. Lorraine says, enjoying so very much. Thank you. You're welcome. Right? With the poops, right? Helena, Anna, Christina, thank you so much. Says, enjoying the class. Oh my God, you guys, you're so sweet. Jimmy says, so proud of you, Burns. Oh my God, thank you guys. I understand. No, I understand. Yes, I understand. I understand. Elaine says, loving the class. Thank you so much. Emoji King says, drink and eat logically. Hi there, Rye. Oh my God. Thank you guys all so much. I'm seeing so many new names. Yeah, Splenda, all of it. All of it. Splenda, aspartame. I wouldn't listen if You don't need all that fake stuff. Well, yes, Splenda too, as far as I know, right? Yes, aspartame is a neurotoxin that breaks down into formaldehyde, and Americans use over 7,000 tons of this a year. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Learned to love myself. Yes, Letty, that is a huge one. We're loving ourselves one sip at a time, baby. And we're doing it together. And we're doing it in community. And we're doing it in a safe place where we get to come together and learn together and experience a healing together. You know how many people are out there that are lonely, that nobody around them understands what they're doing, that people think they're crazy, right? Oh, wait, that's all of us. Yeah, we know. We know. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, because we don't think that about ourselves. We're here because we know this is the good kind of crazy. This is the kind of crazy I can handle. That's why we are here. Cindy says, love watching your shopping trips. You got a load this morning, right? Right? I got so much this morning. Alana says, yes, grapes, grapes, grapes. Alana is on the grape train. Uh, Lane, hi, Lane. Good morning, good afternoon, rather. How are you? Or morning if you're watching in the morning. So glad you're enjoying the grapes while you're watching in the afternoon with us. I just ordered 12 bottles this morning. Aren't you loving it, Alana? So good, right? I'd love to be able to buy grape juice. So the grape juice, Andrea, that we are using, you're not going to be able to find this one in the UK, but if you go to any better quality grocery store or health food store, what you're looking for is you're looking for organic, you're looking for fresh pressed or pressed, organic, pressed, not from concentrate, and in a glass jar. I got grape juice all over myself. Okay, that's all right. It's all good. All right. So that's what you're looking for. And there are people in the UK. You can hook up, you could send a message and connect with Duda. All right. She is in the UK. Where are the rest of our UK people? Can we let Andrea know if you're in the UK? So we have several people who are in the UK who you might be able to combine resources. Some people are getting it on Amazon, getting it delivered, and some people are finding it in stores. So I bet you can find it. It's electric. Dr. Morris recommends it if you do not have access to fresh grapes. Check around. Nikki, yes, Nikki on the grapes, baby. Is it a myth that simple sugars are dangerous to diabetics type 1, type 2 easily handled via fasting? Yep. That is a myth. Absolutely. That is not true. Simple sugars are what everybody needs. And whether you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, you are needing to electrify and bring life back to the cells of those organs, tissues, and glands that are not performing properly with sugar absorption, mainly the pancreas and the adrenal glands. This is a fuel source for every single body on the planet. And that doesn't mean that coming off of your insulin isn't going to be something that you need to do awake, aware, conscious, safely. But very soon into the process of doing this, as blood sugars, you might have a little bit of a sugar spike in the beginning, but as long as you're under 120, Dr. Moore says that is a safe zone. Experiment with this. Be aware, be conscious, adjust coming off of your insulin slowly, but aware that you're probably going to be off of it very quickly because your body sugar, your blood sugar, this repairs all functioning of sugar metabolism very quickly. Molly says, agreed. Awesome, babe. How do I feel about intermittent fasting? It's all right. Hi, Kayla. Thank you for popping in and thank you for asking the question. I've done intermittent fasting in the past when I've done different fitness protocols. I don't do intermittent fasting now with my juicing, although you could, right? I like to have my body well and properly hydrated as much as possible at all times. And we know in an upcoming class, I'm going to be talking about hydration and water versus fruit versus water for meeting your hydration needs and what hydration actually is. So we might think, well, I can intermittent fast and then I'll only drink water, but you're not hydrating yourself when you drink water. We think that we are because we're putting hydration, right? Hydrogen, we're putting hydration into our bodies, right? But that is actually not hydrating to the body. It's actually water is a little bit on the acid side of this of chemistry, and there are things that are negative around alkaline water, which we will address in the water class coming up soon. So in terms of intermittent fasting, I would say do it if you want to do it. See how your body responds. I know a lot of people do it safely. I know I have done it safely in the past. I just know that I personally feel better having a consistent, constant stream of pure energy, life force inside of me. So that's just my take on it. I won't wear one either. Good for you, Molly. Good for you. Good for you. Shout out to everybody who's like, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having any of it. Shout out to you because you know that you're not disrespecting somebody else because you're aware that this is not about protecting somebody else. This is about them keeping you cut off from your oxygen, under a mask, anonymous. Why is it that when I go out, I have nothing but positivity that surrounds me? Because I'm looking at people and I'm smiling with them, and I'm the first person they've seen in public with a full face on. That's really weird these days, is it not? No, almost nobody in my parts are showing their full face. Nobody is showing their full face. Like where it's like half of our humanity is gone. If I just walk around like this and I'm talking like this, and you can hear how that is even impacting, my sound coming through the microphone right now, right? You might see that I might be smiling right now, but you know, you don't really see me. And it has nothing to do with protecting you or anything. In fact, you're putting your hands all over your mask and then touching stuff that I'm buying. You're taking your mask out of your pocket, you're unfolding it, all of your germs are on there, you're putting it on, and then you're going and buying stuff. Thank God I'm not buying into that germ theory. But if you bought into your own theory, you're not come on. Come on. Wake up. Oh my God, the fat makes me feel sick looking at it. Yeah. The fat on your body makes you feel sick looking at your body. If that's what you mean, my love, can I just give you a little tip, a little bit of console? That fat has protected you. That fat on your body that we are all sick of looking at has been buffering all the acid that you've been pouring into your body for your whole life. That fat has been saving your life. That fat is the reason why you're alive today in this body. That cancer is the reason you're alive today in this body. That encapsulated dead tissue matter is where your body is trying to, it's impacted from all of the stuff that you've done, is trying to protect you from all the stuff that you are continuing to do, and cells and tissues are dying in the process. That cancer, the excess everything that you don't like about your body, right? That's all because your body is trying to protect you. That's your body swooping in, trying to protect you. So make peace with that. And whether or not, Andrea, this is what you meant, I know a lot of people, this is an issue for them. They're overweight. There's so much judgment around it by society, right? And yet everybody in society is walking around under the same veil, right? People judge us. We judge ourselves, right? Understand that all of that is just our body trying to protect us. So we need to say to our body, I'm so sorry. I love you. Please forgive me for everything that I've done to you. I didn't know. I promise I will continue to learn as much as I can so that I can heal what I've done here, and that you don't need to keep on flooding me with the excess fat, the excess inflammation, the excess pain, right? So just bear with me. It's going to take a little while because I know I can't stop a train going 100 miles in one direction on a dime and expect it to go in the other direction instantly either. It's going to take a while to slow down that momentum and to change the direction and change the momentum so that I can really have a deep healing within my body. Okay. So in the meantime, thank you for protecting me, dear sweet body of mine. My God, what you have put up with, what you have put up with from what I've done to you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't know. I didn't know. And I promise I will do better by you. That's what we need to say to our body. That's how we need to talk to ourselves. Okay. Hi, everyone. Andrea says, Diana. Hey, Diana, how are you? So great for you to pop in and for you to comment here. I so appreciate you being part of this class. I'm just looking over and seeing it's 2:20 now, and you sent this at 1:28. So I'm catching up. I'm catching up. Diana says, and you're looking gorgeous in your profile picture there, sweetie. Beauty queen. Paleo felt good at first, and then I got arthritis at 27 from the acidosis and kidney issues that resulted. Damn. Babe. Yeah. Yeah. I was diagnosed with arthritis at 11. 11. Diana, I'm so glad you're realizing this and that you're on this journey of health and vitality as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Andrea says, yes, right? The electrical brain activity with the fruit juices. Nikki Bless says, same thing. Oh. Ronnie says, this is my 4th detox day. Never thought I was going to last more than 2 days. No idea how long I will be able to do it. None of us know. I'm using artisanal, organic, not from concentrate, black grape juice which comes in a glass bottle. Perfect. I had a recent little accident on my left foot, but ice has helped wonders on the affected area. Therefore, I also started 10 sets of 20 push-ups in between 10 sets of 100 skipping ropes each day. Dear Burns, thank you so much for inspiring all of us. You are a blessing. Oh my God. Thank you so much, honey. That was so sweet of you. And I'm so glad that you are on this journey with us. Like, you're amazing. You know what? Nobody knows how long they're going to make it on this, but here's the thing. If you are doing this and you want to have a little bit of chewing food because you just feel like you want a little something to chew, try putting some grapes. I got a ton of grapes today at my grocery haul. Put some of those grapes in the freezer. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to put some of those grapes in the freezer so that when I feel like I want something, I'm going to have the grapes from the freezer, and I'm going to be able to suck on it like a piece of ice. It's going to be able to still give me all the nutrition and all the nutrients that I want. It's going to be like a fun little grape popsicle because these grapes are so sweet, right? Like a little candy pop. So you might want to do that. And you know what? Stick with us and don't put any pressure on yourself. If you want to have a transition to some eating food, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. Just make sure that you keep the main part of your nutrition as juicing. And guess what? You'll still be detoxifying the body. Be back on the replay. Happy, have a super juicy day all. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Alana. Shifting Consciousness says, Michael, I caught up with yesterday's video and saw your comment about Concord grape juice. I will be getting some today in the South Shore of Montreal. Thanks for the info. Beautiful. Blessings to everybody who is sharing this and helping each other wherever they are locally gathered. So Nancy, Shifting Consciousness, is in Montreal, and Michael is in that area as well. So you guys are working together to do this as community. I hope you guys get to meet up because meeting up with each other in this. If you're living in the general area, meet up with each other. We should start that in the group. We should start a where in the world, where's Waldo post. Where are you? And you guys get together. This is so cool. Michael says today's class was full of nuggets of gold. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to hear that, Michael. Great. Yeah, says Andrea. Shifting Consciousness says, well, I didn't have enough fruit for more juice. Need to do some groceries, but had a salad. All good, girl. And we'll be picking up Concord grape juice that Michael mentioned at Avril for $5.99. That is excellent. Awesome. I need to take a note of that too, because my daughter lives in Montreal. So I should take a note of that as well. Michael, can you send me that information on in the group or as a private message so that I can give that to my daughter so she can know where to get $5.99 grape juice? Hello, hope everyone is having a fabulous day. Hi, Kathy. We are having a fabulous and juicy classroom day today for sure. Not a soldier, a Marine corporal. Awesome. That is awesome. So you're a Marine too, and a king, and a juicy juicer, and a long time lifer of this lifestyle. You are amazing, Emoji King. You are amazing. So honored to have you with us. God bless. Kathy says, I love watching cooking shows. I still watch them. 177 days raw and 10 days juice, only juice. I look for ways to make those doses raw, those dishes raw, There are a lot of ways to make the dishes raw, and I'm going to be teaching you guys a lot of my recipes as soon as I get to day 40, which is on November 18th. We're going to be in the kitchen and doing live shows as we cook along with each other. We're going to be doing it together as I answer questions and as you guys put things together as well. And we're going to be popping it in the dehydrator together. We're going to be blending it up in your blenders together. I got you covered. Yes. Jess Galactic Gangsters last posting this week is her video about the ego. You have to see it. It will help you. Okay, perfect. So guys, go and check out Jess. Hey, Emoji King, after this video, would you mind putting a comment with all of these YouTube profiles that we can check out in a comment and like the link, because I tried looking for some and I was getting frustrated. I was like, why can't I find, like, I couldn't find Shifting Consciousness. I couldn't find your channel. I was like, where do I find you? So if you can do that, that would be great. Or if you can pop in, if you're watching this live or on the replay, can you please put in the comments your channel link so that we can all check everybody out? Thank you so much. I would appreciate that. Yeah, Lorraine says, I know Splenda is not good for you either. It's not. It's like, just go to the fruits. If you want to sweeten when we start cooking and we start doing the recipes in the kitchen, instead of Splenda, there's a really good powdered date sugar that I use. It's in my Amazon store. If you go to amazon.com/shop/the real juicy detox, you are going to see the date sugar. I think it's in there, but I will try to post it somewhere. So other things, don't use or you can make your own date slurry. So you put dates in a blender, good medjool dates, the dried dates. Those are really good, guys. You can have that and without any guilt, packed with nutrients, packed with minerals, really good fiber for when you're doing your chewing food portion. And it's so sweet and delicious. It's perfect. So you can put a bunch of dates or raisins, as long as it doesn't have any added sugar or added anything. Put all of that in a blender, cover it with water, blend it all up, and you have a beautiful date paste that you can use with stuff. I'm hearing Kitty. Kitty got outside, and she's an old girl, and she does not, she's crying to go in the house. I'll be right back. Hold on one second. Hang on one second. Yes, Kitty. My God, it is beautiful out there. Jeez. It's like it's like light jacket weather. It's crazy. Crazy. So yeah, lots of alternatives to the sweetener stuff that we do not want in our bodies because it's complex chemistry, guys. You put that complex chemistry in your body, like the Splenda, the aspartame, stuff like that turns to formaldehyde. Oh my God. First, Gwen says, first, let me thank you for that information. You're so welcome, my love. This is new information for me. I know what to do when I have a craving, and that is drink my juice. Yes, babe. Absolutely. You are so welcome. This is new information for a lot of us. A lot of us, most of us, all of us. Let me just say it, except for Emoji King, because he's studied this in the past, and anybody else who has really studied this. But many of us, most of us, myself included, new information. I highly recommend. Gwen, do you have the book yet? I highly recommend you get this book. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And that was from the book. The notes that I did, obviously, the information that where I wasn't looking at the notes, that's all from absorbed and synthesized information within me because I've been studying Dr. Morse. After class, oftentimes I'm studying Dr. Morse. I'm on his videos, I'm on Raw Figs, I'm helping my one-on-one clients sort out and get a handle on their health and well-being. I'm researching, I'm always learning and always trying to figure out what's the best way to convey this information because I know it's so new to so many of us. So good for you for being here and for learning this with us because it's not easy. It's a lot easier to stay in that old belief that I'm not responsible for what has happened in my body and what is happening in my body and what will happen in my body. I'm not responsible. It's genetics, or it's all of a sudden out of the blue, I got cancer. It's like, no, it wasn't out of the blue, Burns. It was out of the oblivion. All right. So we don't want to live our lives anymore from that point of oblivion. Yep. Emoji King. I agree. Anna Christina says, in the gym, it's compulsory to wear the mask, so I leave mine below my nose so I breathe fresh air and I exhale by my mouth. Some people just do cardio covering their faces. Oh my God, dangerous. Yeah. You know what else you can do, honey? You can get some really nice fabric that has that's lighter in weight and make one of those bandanas that you put up around your face. You can buy that in stores, right? You can go to a fabric store and get a lightweight, very not heavy fabric, even some of those kind that are like the athletic fabrics that have the tiny pin dot holes, like the Nike shirt fabric, right? I mean, it's crazy, right? Wear a mask, but a lot of people they know it's like, I need to breathe, man. This is like, I'm hyperventilating under here. I need to breathe. And, it's crazy. It's like being a vegan. We are the minority. Exactly. Well, and when you step into being out of being vegan and you go into a much higher level of being a raw vegan, being vegan doesn't mean you're healthy. No, it doesn't, because being vegan, you can still eat all the bread. You can still eat a lot of things are vegan that are not good for us. Soy protein and all the fake meat and all of that, right? That beans are vegan, right? It's that stuff is not good for you. Kathy says, agree with you 100% on the mask issue. It is such a joke. They change it to whatever suits their agenda. No one listens to common sense. Yeah, because everybody is proving that that their plan is afoot. Everybody who's wearing it, everybody, even if you don't believe in it and you see the BS that it is, your compliance is your consent. Your compliance is your consent. Is stevia okay? Yes, stevia is a plant sweetener. I don't like it either. I find it has an aftertaste. I'm like, ugh. If I'm going to sweeten something, you know what I use? Raw honey. And I know some people are like, that's not vegan and that's cruelty to animals because blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, I know where I get my raw honey from, and I can't save every insect on the planet. And most where I get my raw vegan honey from are small time farmers down the street from me, and they're not clipping their bees' wings. So raw honey is endorsed by Dr. Morse. I love it. I did buy maple syrup today because we do like maple syrup in the house, and I want to try that lemonade fast. And Dr. Morse doesn't prefer maple syrup because it has been heated at high temperatures and it has bonded. However, there are a few things that I'm willing to say, okay, I'm going to make an exception for that. Number one, I don't have it a lot. And number two, I got to live too. and certain things like raw honey and maple syrup in small amounts for me is my way of doing this as a lifestyle and not being too rigid and too fanatical about it. Jennifer says, I Googled UK grape juice, organic, no preservatives in Jewish shops. Haven't bought any though. Okay, there you go, Andrea, in Jewish shops. And she says, yeah, thank you. I will look. Awesome. Tried keto for 2 weeks, was sicker than a dog. Yeah. Yeah. Alana, no keto, the fat. Yes. Okay. The fat. Yeah. 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 I understand what you were saying above now, Andrea, when we were talking about you can't stand to look at the fat. Yes. Yes. Kathy says, love your explanation of the fat and cancer. Yes, make peace with it and move forward with fruits to rejuvenate for rejuvenation. Absolutely, Kathy. You know, we've all done a number on ourselves, right? If you're gonna beat yourself up unnecessarily and tear yourself down and use that as your excuse for feeling like crap about yourself because you feel like crap about yourself, and now you're like, oh great, I gave myself cancer. Well, now I really feel like shit. Like, you can't do that. You just can't do that. This is a healing journey. This is a healing process, and part of that is healing the soul and forgiving ourselves and realizing that now we have something that now we can work with, and now we can move forward to heal the physical vessel. And thank God the divine, the creator, made us in such a way that we can't kill ourselves as quickly as we should be dying, right? With all the crap we put in. Thank God that the creator made us to have a buffering system with inflammation and pain. That's the first entry point, right? That's the first way that the body rushes in to protect us. Inflammation, redness, pain. Okay. Some of us are so chronic in that inflammation stage and pain stage, but then we can move into deeper levels of chronic disease, dis-ease within the body until we're at end stage dis-ease, where the cells are literally dying, where we are depriving ourselves so much of the proper nutrients, the proper energy on a cellular level, right? If a cell doesn't create its energy cycle, if it doesn't have the oxygen, if it doesn't have the proper simple sugars, unrefined, simple fructose, fruit sugar, right? If it doesn't have a good supply of blood source to bring those nutrients to the cell is going to die. And when the cell dies, it's called cancer. So what do we know? We know that in order to get cells to live and to be vibrant, and to produce the energy cycle that they came here to produce, or else die. When we start putting in the right energy so that the cell can live and thrive, then we are going to see that we are going to be able to heal from everything that is negatively impacted by that lack of nutrition, by that lack of oxygen, and by that thereby killing that cell. When we start to understand that, that's when rejuvenation happens. That's when healing happens, not by just cutting out the organ, because that's where the tumor is. You're going to have, if you have not changed your eating after doing that, your ass is grass, my friend. It's going to come back 100%, because you haven't changed anything that caused it in the first place. When we do this, we're going after the cause. And the cause is always the chemistry that we put in to the body. Is that going to leave behind an acid residue? Is that going to create a chemical response in my body that is acidic in nature? Is that going to cause carbonic acid and carbon dioxide buildup? Right? Gwen says, thank you for those positive words in saying the fat on your body protected the body. Burns, you are awesome. You touch my heart. Oh, sweetie, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Everything is about shifting your perspective, you guys. Everything is about shifting your perspective. If you have a perspective that does not understand, it's born out of ignorance, out of not knowing what's going on in the body, out of fear, out of whatever the doctor tells you. Oh, if you don't do this chemotherapy and if you don't cut out your body parts, you're going to die, right? We're under this veil. And when you come out from behind that veil, and you just see that veil spelled differently, letters mixed around spells evil. When you come out from behind that veil and you understand the simplicity of health and vitality, the simplicity of all of this, you start to realize how easy it is to get out of the fear, to get out from behind the veil, from behind the mask that is masking everything that is going on the planet right now, right? When you start to take in and drink and consume this divine food, which I need to refill because I drank it all. You know, when we start to really tune into the divine awareness and the consciousness, which is this food, you know, when you start to become awake, because the food that you're eating and drinking is divine and alive and exactly the fuel that we want in our bodies. When you start healing the body with this and you realize that, oh my God, totally new perspective on everything, understand where this divinity comes from, right? We know this. We are spiritual beings. This is all a facade. This is all pretend. It's not really real. What is really real is the spiritual side of all of this. This physical realm is just a realm where we can experience the physicality of this side of life. Nothing more. It doesn't really mean anything other than this is just a way that our spiritual being has a way to experience this third dimension of life. And this actually is the lowest plane of existence. Many other higher planes of existence, when you start tapping in to the spiritual aspect, which we are all. We just have forgotten what that spiritual aspect is. So my absolute pleasure, honey. My absolute pleasure. Emoji King says, hi, Andrea. A bunch of emojis, doggy emojis, kitty emojis, love emojis, king emojis, all the good emojis. I'm hanging out with Barkley, Sophia, Dewey, Bella, Michelle, Cynthia, and Junior. Oh my God, so many of your friends are here, Emoji King. You're amazing. Hi there, Kayla. Kayla says, "Do I need to alter my diet days leading up to the grape juice fast? I will check out your page after this video as well for more information." Great question. I wanted to talk a little bit about starting out the grape juice cleanse. So this is perfect timing. Nancy was asking about this as well. I don't know if Nancy's still on, but I know she'll catch this when she's meant to catch it. You could. So, oh my God, that's so good. My mouth is moving a lot with all this talking, so I need to keep it moist. Moisty. You could if you want. So what I would recommend is to stop eating the stuff that we shouldn't be putting in our body anyhow, and to instead have a lot of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Um, if you want to have a little bit of cooked food, that's fine, like soups and stews or whatever, but use just the fruits and the vegetables. And what you will find is that you're going to give yourself a chance to really just get used mentally. It's a mental thing. When I did this, I jumped straight from eating utter garbage on June 1st of this year, and I went straight into juicing because I'm extreme like that. I'm like, oh, juicing is like going to help me lose 10 pounds. Bam, we're juicing now. Okay. So I was able to do it because I have a strong ability to focus my mind when I really buy into something and I really see that this is the path for me. But a lot of people need a little. I also don't know what physical symptoms you are healing in your body, so I don't know. But what I would recommend is try the juicing. I maybe I wouldn't start with the grape juice. I might want to start with another type of juice, just because the grape juice is very electric, very electric. But check out the website after this. It's therealjuicydetox.com. There's a lot of pages on there that I have not updated as yet because I just created it. And I do want to have some articles up there for us so that we can understand these are different ways that you can go through it. So you can start transitioning from stopping eating the bread and the crap. If you're eating dairy, cut that out right now. If you're eating meat, cut that out right now. And then, if you want to transition into raw in a day or two, you can still have some cooked for a couple of days and maybe do a couple of days of all raw, then do a couple of days of only fruit. And then maybe in a few days, if that's what you want to do, if that's what a slower transition, you can do that. But feel free to reach out to me, excuse me, through Facebook Messenger. I posted tons of stuff on my Facebook profile, which is on my Facebook profile, which is public. And if you want to join the group, the Real Juicy Detox, you can find some great information there as well. Emoji King said, "Oops, what happened, Emoji?" Alana is here as well. Fab idea about the frozen grapes. Many thanks. No problem. I haven't tried it yet. I got that download today when I was looking at all the grapes in the sales section of the grocery store. Oops, excuse me. Um, and uh, and I was like, damn, I don't know if I want to juice all these grapes, because juicing a lot of grapes is a lot of work, which is why I love the bottled as well. And then I thought, oh no, just freeze them. And then I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Your mother was a Marine as well. Oh my God, amazing. Alana is back. Powdered dates sound delicious. Yeah, it's the Live brand. I think it's called Live, but it's really good as a sweetener. I've used it making chocolate, making tempered organic, raw organic chocolate. I'll put your channel comments. I'll put a list in your channel comments. How do you send a link? Oh, you just copy their profile with a forward YouTube, youtube.com/ their profile name. If it is a channel, it should be there. I just can never remember all the channels that you mentioned. Copy and paste. What do I think about stevia powder as a sugar replacement? As far as what I know, stevia is okay because it's a plant sugar, right? I just don't like the taste of it. I find it has a really aftertaste. I prefer honey. Hey fam, Chata is here. She says, "Hi family." Exactly. You can use date powder. They even have date liquid available. I've used stevia for many years, which is plant-based, but recently learned it disrupts hormones. Oh, okay. Well, that's why my body doesn't like it. So if I'm making my sea moss drink, I stick to dates now. Goodbye, stevia. If you notice, a lot of companies have pulled their stevia containing products off the shelves at health food stores. Ooh, I did not know that. What is your recipe? Can you post your recipe and maybe show it in the Facebook group after class, Chata? That would be much appreciated. Ronnie says, as I'm not in England at the moment and probably will be some months traveling abroad, is there any other way to dehydrate food in addition to the proper machine? Well, you can use your oven. You can leave the oven door open, but I have found most ovens don't go down to low enough. You need to make sure that um, you don't dehydrate it above 120 degrees, 118 to be sure. That way, that keeps the enzymes alive in it. Um, where are you traveling to, babe? Maybe you can. Uh, are you in one spot, or are you traveling all over the place? And how are you traveling all over the place in this day and age? Really? You've traveled for work? That's very cool. I'm not doubting you or anything. I'm just asking. Emoji King gave Kathy a thumbs up. You're so welcome, Andrea. Andrea was my mom's name, is my mom's name. Ronnie says, do you consider powder is much better than stevia? Yes, I do. Totally. Chata says you can find organic raw maple syrup at the Big Carrot. I get grade 3. The higher the grade, the more nutrients, except it's not raw. Maple syrup that is not raw is maple water, which is not maple syrup. And how is it raw, babe? How is it raw? Send me the information on that. I would be very interested because to make maple syrup, you have to cook it. Yeah, how low of a temperature will your oven go? Yeah, so if your oven doesn't go, my oven, the lowest temperature on my oven is 200 degrees or maybe 180, but I think it's 200. So even leaving the door open, what I did was I put a thermometer on the inside of the oven and I left the door open and I put it on the lowest setting and it was still like 200 degrees in there. So Kathy, like your last comment. What was Kathy's last comment? No, that's not Kathy. Love, love, love your explanation of fat and cancer. Yes, make peace with it and move forward with fruits to rejuvenation. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, you guys are amazing. Shout out to you for being in class today. How amazing are you? How amazing are you? I hope you learned a lot and really are benefiting from this. No, no, don't apologize at all for being off topic. All topics are on topic here, honey. She said, Alana says, Burns, totally off topic. Sorry, just had a bowel movement. There was blood. Should I be worried? No, no, you should not be worried. Dr. Moore says that is very common and that it could be expected. Now, how much blood? What type of blood? When Dali had just started this and was experimenting with some food, this was I wasn't living here at the time. I was at my sister's place. He was already on his detox program, and I had just moved back here with him. And he said he he had he had a hemorrhoid that or a fissure or something on the inside that we determined after a lot of questions. It was like he came up from the bathroom and I was like, hey, are you okay? Like he looked a little bit white, like a sheet. And he said, oh, that was not a good bathroom experience. And he's had issues with hemorrhoids in the past. And it's been a very painful experience for him. He's had like 2 or 3 surgeries to repair that. That's how bad they were. Hasn't had a lot, like it flares up now and then, but not since the juicing, hardly at all. But in the beginning, he was experimenting with adding chewing food back because he was just for the first while doing just juice. And I wasn't living here at the time, and he made bean stew that he had 3 times that week. And then he also had a bean burrito that day, bean burrito, beans, all of it. So the carbohydrates and everything. And what happened was his hemorrhoids acted back up. And he said, "Oh," he said I had like blood. I said, "Well, what do you mean? Like, we had beets. Did you have beets? Maybe you had beets, or what could that be?" Right away, I started to go into quick problem solving. What could this be? And he's like, "No, it wasn't a little bit. It was a bowl full of bright red." And I was like, "Okay, let's figure this out. I just went into like, come on, universe. I need a download. Give it to me now, baby. Give it to me now, baby." And it did. I was like, what have you eaten? And we went through everything. And I was like, "Oh, you're eating things that inflame your uh your condition." And sure enough, you look in Dr. Morse's book and he says hemorrhoids and fissures. So if you've had hemorrhoids, and he said it on many videos that I've watched, if you have had hemorrhoids in the past, you will have hemorrhoids again as you detox, as your body strengthens, right? That's a connective tissue issue. As a matter of fact, connective tissue issue, tissue issue, tissue issue. Say that 10 times fast. So it could be that you have a little bit of a hemorrhoid that has burst a little bit. It could be just, there's also a little bit of blood in the lymph as well. So I don't know how much you have, you're seeing of the blood. As always, if ever you're doing this and you feel really concerned and you feel like, oh my God, I need to go to the emergency room, always do that. If that's what you feel that you need, especially when bleeding is concerned. But if it was, you know, it depends on where on the scale you are. And again, if you want to have a really good formula that you can keep at home in your first aid kit, the Dr. Morse's bleeding formula is really, really good and can help slow down bleeding like right away. So it's not unusual. I wouldn't be worried about it. Even in Dali's case, that hemorrhoid uh, bursting issue, it was just that one episode, and then he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson. The beans, man. Uh, Kayla says, is there anything wrong with following the Whole30 nutrition plan, eating whole foods, but for, of course, more than 30 days, lifestyle change? I need to get creative so my children and husband will eat healthier too. Yes, it is hard to eat for my health when there is so much distraction around me. Yeah, I know, right? So you can definitely do the Whole30. Remind me what the Whole30 is again, though. I'm not really sure I know. I would just say keep following along here. I'm going to be starting to do the raw vegan cooking portion of the classes as soon as I'm off of, because I don't want to deal too much with food, honestly, but follow my stories because I share them there all the time. I made the Ivar crackers out of buckwheat and a jar of Ivar. Super simple, super delicious, too spicy for kids, but your husband will love them and you will love them. And all raw vegan, delicious on my stories. So follow along there. And we're going to be talking and problem solving this whole thing in an upcoming class for sure, where I will do some teaching on that at the head of the class, at the beginning of the class time, where we have the most of our class members able to participate and stay engaged and tuned in. A lot of people have to go and work and go do stuff, right? Go get kids from school, right? So we'll be talking a lot about how to keep the kids engaged. My teenage daughters that live here love the stuff that I prepare, and your husband will love it too. We're going to be doing chilies and burgers and wraps and dips and spreads and zoodle recipes and stuff that really makes your head go and your mouth go, wow, why haven't I known about this sooner? Oh, thank you so much, Emoji King Burns, Divine Spirit Incarnate, Divine Spirit Sparkling. Thank you so, so much. Oh my God, I love you. I love you. I love you. Detox, you're being said, been juicing all of my grapes since I started with the juice, and it is definitely a bit time consuming. It's a lot of work, man. And I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of work. Raspberry juice. Oh, that would be so good. So expensive, though. Raspberries. Oh my God. Especially using a blender. Yeah. Are you just using a blender, babe? Oh my God. You need to ask Santa for an omega juicer. Ronnie says, Burns, you are so right. I just jumped into juicing following your example. Oh, God bless you. I never did anything similar before. I also have a strong mind. Yeah, it's like, what, Burns can do it? Pfft, if Burns can do it, I can do it. Because trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not even kidding you. The Facebook group name is called The Real Juicy Detox. That's it. It's got a watermelon for a banner. Detox your being. If you send me a friend request, oh, there we go. Alana said it. The Real Juicy Detox has a watermelon at the top of the logo. But if you can't find it, send me a Facebook friend request and I will add you. I love for you to be there. You're such a cool kid. You're such a cool young man. You guys go check out Detox Your Being. He posts very regular videos, 20-year-old guy. Uh, and I love the background with the light. I hope did I inspire you a little bit? Ooh, Burns has been in front of a big bright thingy. I'm going to do that too. I hope so. You looked amazing in last night's video. And I loved your toque. I loved your hat you had on. Oh, yes, I remember that, Ronnie. Due to family reasons, I'm in Mexico at the moment. I will probably stay some months. So if you're in Mexico, um, don't you have a Facebook marketplace? I don't know. Get a cheap, inexpensive dehydrator. You're going to need it, especially if you're staying in one location. Just invest in a little cheap one that you can leave behind. Um, yeah, if you're going to stay in one location, I would get a juicer, 100%. You're so welcome, Ronnie. Alana says, thank you, love. Oop. I'm just so loving you guys. Thank you so much, by the way. If you have stayed this long and if you are digging the class, I see 24 people still in the class live. Or if you're watching this on the replay, drop a comment. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, please drop a comment in the comment section. I would love that so much. That would help this video get out to more people who need this information. Emoji King says juice fresh organic raspberries, raspberry juice, add pure live lemon juice, a generous pinch of Himalayan sea salt. Brace yourself. Rocket ship. Wow. That sounds delicious. Yeah, no kidding, right? Time for liftoff. Exactly. Natural high spiritual evolution. Oh, love it. And Emoji King says, detox your body. Have you ever seen, and detox your being, have you ever seen the video on YouTube where the gentleman created a fruit tree that bears many different fruits? No, but that's something you can link in the comments. That would be cool. Ronnie says, Alana Gates, 100 centigrades. You are so positive and helpful. Sweet. Thank you. And detox your being said, I have not. Where can I find that? I know. Drop that in the comments if either of you find that video. What do you think about raw agave nectar as a sweetener? I've heard different views. Dr. Moore says yes to raw agave nectar. Yes, he says yes to that. And detox your being says, I have seen where a man spends time and gives generous amounts of time with his fruit trees, and it harvests him like 3 times more a normal tree would. That is so cool. Have you guys seen the garden tour that Dr. Morse shared on his YouTube page? Go and check that out too, because his garden, oh my God, his property in general is like, oh my God, why can I come and live with you? Do you need I can be your wife. I'll be your wife. I'll make your juice, Dr. Morris. Can I come live with you? Oh my God. I'm kidding, of course. But, can I come live with you? Maybe I'm not kidding about that part. I'm kidding about the wife part. But I will do your juice for you. I'm kidding. Stop it, Burns. Detox Your Being says, I don't know. I'm looking for it. Alana says, that's too high, Ronnie. That's too high, Ronnie. So 100 degrees centigrade. So 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want it at no more than 118 degrees Fahrenheit in your dehydrator. It will, yeah, anything above 118 or 120 at the top end will kill your food. I asked around on Facebook yard sale sites. My boyfriend's brother has one he bought 10 years ago and never used it. Oh my God. So a lot of the dehydrators will have a temperature scale that you can set, or it could be electronic. I have a couple of dehydrators in the Amazon store, my Amazon page, so that you guys can check it out. But listen, I want to congratulate everybody. I want to give you guys a big shout out to everybody who is showing up so consistently in the class here. Thank you so much. You guys are making this honestly one of the most expansive, one of the most definitely fun experiences that I have ever been a part of in terms of teaching and in terms of everything. I want to thank you guys all so much. Please, if you're watching this on Facebook, please go, and if ever you want to catch up on any of the videos that I've done in this series of our detox class, this is number 17. Can you believe it? I've done 17 straight days of Facebook and YouTube lives. But this is amazing. I am living my freaking dream. So if you're watching this on Facebook and you want to check it out on the replay, come over to YouTube. My YouTube channel is so easy. Right here. Okay. So come on over to YouTube and help a girl grow her channel so that more people can find us. So the everybody in the worldwide web, the www, right? This is really important for getting this message out and for sharing this and spreading the love that Dr. Morris has been guided to bring us through all of these fruits, melons, and berries. I highly encourage you guys to watch it over on the YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, come on over to Facebook, where you can be a part of our Juicy Detox group called, hang all right. Come and join us over on the Real Juicy Detox group, the after school group on Facebook. What is the Real Dr. Morse group called in order to see him in YouTube or Facebook, please? So if you look up Dr. Morse, you just look for Dr. Robert Morse, ND, on YouTube. I think his YouTube channel is actually just Robert Morse ND. I can't remember, but you just look for him, and there's a couple Robert Morses on there, but just look for Dr. Robert Morse on YouTube, and on the Facebook, it is fans of Dr. Robert Morse and sharing the detox diet by Dr. Robert Morse. And I will really try to update my YouTube description of the video with those group names, as well as students in our community that we can continue to add to that list. So right in the description, we can help people go and find other people who are doing uplifting work, like John Binney, who's a class member of ours here and who is an amazing musician. He's not on today because the dude is working, producing a new song divinely downloaded to him by the universe every single day, every day. And his songs are amazing. He's a beautiful young man over in Scotland. We've got a lot of people here who are sharing this work. Detox Your Being is another amazing young man who you guys should definitely go and follow. And especially you people that have grandkids who are 18, 19, 20, early 20s, share Detox Your Being, because he's doing the do. He's healing his body. He's putting himself out there, and he's sharing his experience. He's a 20-year-old young man. Just amazing. So that is going to be it for today's class. I want to thank everybody for coming today, and I want to say that ring that bell. You guys are amazing. Ring that bell. Drink your juice, and enjoy the process. I will be on for our nightly check-in tonight at 8 p.m. and then tomorrow. Yeah, man. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And then tomorrow, I will be on at 8 a.m. on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is public. It's Burns Bedard. You don't have to be, you can just follow me there and set your notifications to see me first if you want. But at 8 o'clock, I do a little jumping. I do some rebounding. If you were on this morning, you would have had fun bouncing around with us. So Olga says, "Hi everyone. I just arrived. Have a great day." Okay, babe. Mwah. Enjoy the replay, and keep good. And remember, mwah, remember that I love you.